Hello, everyone. Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming. Welcome in on this great Sunday evening. Thanks for being with us tonight. Thanks for coming back after I know we were off last week. It's not much to talk about, but tonight, plenty. So, my good panel, how's everybody doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Great.
Fantastic. Excellent. All right. So, want to get the regular crew introduced real quick, and then we have our special guest for the night, who's come out to talk some Nintendo and stuff with us, as well as other things. But first, to my left, everybody else is right. He is one of the co-hosts of the Short Pause Gaming Podcast, and much of the great streaming they do over there. It is Frankie Aller. What's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going good.
Dude, I'm on vacation officially.
Woo!
That means get back to work.
Basically.
Very nice.
Other work. The fun work, though. I'm actually looking
still
forward to this week. Like, we have some
That's
stuff happening that I'm excited about.
Nice.
Very nice. Well, I still tomorrow I got to go out and get these frames for our new posters that you were kind enough to send. There's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, they're weird sizes, like I mentioned. So,
Well, I can trim them and stuff if I need to, but good stuff. There was a Gears of War poster, a Forza 3 poster,
oh yeah,
a Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th anniversary poster.
Mhm.
All
Yeah,
great.
those are cool looking posters. I've seen the pictures on Twitter.
Yeah, so thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Of course.
All right, next up, he is the great Madzu, Jason
Who's that?
Wickman. What's up, man?
Not much. How about you, Mike?
Not much. Hey, in honor of both teams going down tonight, I got my O's Cup.
Nice. Don't worry. I switched a hat. I got my Leafs hat on now.
Well, there you go. It is hockey season.
I think I already told you that a couple weeks ago. But anyway,
Yes, you did.
Hockey
You did.
season's
Big
in full
Leafs.
swing. So
Big Leafs fan, I know. And hello, Mrs. Matsu.
Good evening, guys. How are you guys?
Good. And Jacob, come here for a sec. Let me have him for a second. The HTK, Mr. Peter. You think what's
Hey.
up, brother?
What's going on?
He's in the
HTK,
podcast.
He's in the podcast.
So,
there he
and
is.
real quick, I want to have my son say hello.
Hi,
So what were we playing?
Halo,
Which one?
the third one.
The third one. So you've gotten all the way through to Halo 3 already.
You having fun?
And well, tell him what you think.
Well, not in like a week though. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
So
I
are you?
remember how long I've been playing.
Yeah, nobody knows how long you've been playing it because you just sit down here and play all day.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
very hard, but yeah.
He said earlier that the grunts look different.
Challenges are fun.
Yes. So then he asked me about Wolfenstein, and I said no.
And the hunters look a lot different. Also.
Well, yeah. It's what happens when you had a game that was made, 25 years ago and one that was made 10 years ago. You get better as you go along.
Well, yeah, but it looks more like the more recent games, the more non-lifelike it looks. Like the older the games get, the more lifelike it looks. For some reason.
Huh. It's an interesting.
Like the first one looks more lifelike than the third one.
An interesting take.
Because the third one looks completely computerized and stuff, and it just looks weird.
Well, there you have it, folks. Expert analysis from a 12-year-old on the evolution of Halo's lifelike to non-lifelike graphics.
Wasn't Halo 1 Anniversary Edition 2 on the Master Chief Collection? Didn't it get an upgrade?
Both of them. I think 1 and 2 did.
1 and 2, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
So. All right. Well, it's been
Don't
time
quote
for
me on
you.
it. But I know Halo 3 was untouched.
Good night. Nicely done, child. Nicely done.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 2 is like the anniversary.
Right. All right. So I would like to introduce tonight. He is joining us from the Play and Listen podcast. John, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Pretty good. What's the shirt you got on?
This is my Destiny shirt from my Loot Gaming crate.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, how is Loot Crate? I've heard all about it, but never subscribed.
Show him your Halo stuff.
Show me
man.
Halo stuff.
All right, like this guy right here. See that?
Just gonna pull it like a box of trinkets or
let me
something.
click on him. Hang on.
Yeah, I got a box of trinkets of just random Halo stuff just sitting around just for this exact occasion.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Something has happened to my screen.
Yeah,
you guys
it's
still hear me?
I can still hear you, and I can still see
hear
you.
you.
Okay. I'm hoping it's just my video drivers on my PC that are resetting, and not my computer.
Yeah, I seen that earlier.
Uh-oh.
Now it doesn't look like you're moving.
Nope. Okay.
No, you're,
Huh.
Oh, you're moving again.
All pixelated, but
Oh, pixelated mic.
it's a digital mic. The third version looks a little worse than the first. More
Yeah,
computerized.
I think we need an anniversary update on Mike.
Yeah, I think so too.
oh no.
I'm almost thinking he dropped out now.
Oh, yep, he looks frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen in time, everybody. Mike Mullis, remember him as he was.
Only true love can defrost him.
He looked better with age, I think he said.
Now we can talk about that poutine pizza. Hey, did you see that
Oh, my
picture?
God.
You see that picture, Frankie, that I sent on Discord there, the poutine pizza? That looked good.
Yes, it did. I saw that and I was like, I need to go to
That's like-
Canada.
That's like horse meat, right? Canadian horse meat or something, right?
No, poutine is French fries, gravy with cheese on it, but it was a pizza made of this, and it actually looked pretty good. I've never had it before.
Oh man, my aunt lives
almost-
in Canada. She was talking about something poutine, something. I don't know. I thought it was something to do with horses. Sorry.
That's all right.
I feel like you're
That's the first-
failing yourself as a Canadian by not having had that pizza yet. I'm just saying.
I'm not a failed Canadian. I just haven't tried everything this country has to offer yet.
That's fair. I
We
suppose
got
that's fair.
McDonald's. I've tried that. They have
Oh, nice.
poutine, but it's
So
not
we
that
just-
great.
Get out of the way how the Cubs did what the Blue Jays couldn't. That was great.
Yeah, that was
Can't
actually
even
pretty.
tell you how happy I was about this.
We watched the
fellow
game. It was pretty good.
Clevelander.
Well, there always seems to be something.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, he's back. We were already talking about poutine, and now on to baseball.
Yeah.
Poutine is the craziest things. So if it looks like I'm looking not at the camera and often to the other screen, it's because I'm operating on one screen at the moment. So
Oh, okay, that's
try
fine.
to get that functioning
here.
again. While for some reason my machine just decided to lock up and reboot itself, but not come back with the other video card.
Well, we kept it going, so
Very,
a little
very cool.
random fun chat. But anyway,
All right. So JD, did you tell everybody about the Play and Listen podcast?
No, yeah. It's basically just simple, normal, everyday gaming podcast. But I mix in a little bit of like my favorite gaming music and pretty much kind of more of a free form kind of deal. Nothing too serious. One episode I might do reviews. Another one I'll kind of just kind of wing it and go for it. Plus, it's early on still, so but it's pretty cool. You can listen to it on like iTunes and SoundCloud for now. Worry about all the other platforms later.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun,
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
pretty digging like the music that you mix into it. That's pretty cool.
Great. A huge
Thanks,
fan
man.
of the show.
I've yet to listen to your podcast yet.
You slacker. What are you
I know
doing?
I'm behind.
Slacker.
Don't yell at me.
No,
it hurts
you
my
need-
feelings.
You need to be yelled at.
I know.
Yeah. You've been sick. It's not like you've had anything else to do.
Yeah, I got a cold. Leave me alone.
Irritable.
Irritable,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, hang on. Let's see if that. Okay. Let me get myself together here. I have my other screen back.
I like
And
pixelated mic. Let's go back to
okay.
pixelated mic.
Yeah.
There we go. Hi. Tell you what, man. Computers,
I know.
they suck.
They do so.
Work when you need them to.
All right. So, when does your podcast go on?
It's every episode comes out on Monday. Sometimes late Sunday night, but at the latest Monday. And it's just no particular time, just sometime during Monday. I have it posted up on SoundCloud and iTunes. Nothing live yet.
Okay. Well, you well, with Hangouts, you said you were kind of new to that. I saw you had a Mac, so I don't know how that works with live stuff. We're not big fans of Hangouts either, but unfortunately, right now, this is what we got.
No, I mean, I just haven't got around to doing it so much, but it worked pretty good once I got that link set up, so no complaints so far.
All right. Well, cool. And
You're here, it's working. That's the main thing.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
Exactly. All right, let me get my overlay back up. Ah, there we go. Now I feel better. Felt
Are
negative.
you all set up again?
Yeah. I think what I'm going to end up doing is just wiping this machine and not getting it out of. I'm in the Windows Insider program because, I'm an IT guy, but I'm also a glutton for punishment. So anytime one of these stupid updates comes through, it breaks something. So
sounds right.
Yeah. So in this case,
a slow fast ring.
Fast ring. Because I'm a bigger idiot. I wish to get hurt before everybody else. I do this.
You just want the fancy features first. That's all.
I do this for you. That's all right. So while I'm getting myself together here and getting all my links back up. Thank you, Microsoft Edge, for bringing my links back to where they were.
Nice.
All right, first up on the docket. So I took a little play on words for the actual name of the podcast, Stand By for Titanfail, because the big news of Titanfall, besides its launch, was the fact that everybody under the sun, including EA, they seem to know that sales of the game are not going to be great because they launched it between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty. Now, before we actually get into that part of it, myself, HTK, Madzu, Frankie, you've got it now, right?
What, Titanfall?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. I've had it since launch.
Well, we haven't played yet. That's why. JD, you got Titanfall 2?
Yeah, I literally haven't put it down since I got it.
All right, let's get some impressions from everybody. I want to start with our guest. Give us your impression. I mean, build upon what you just said.
I mean, so basically, I'm a big first person shooter fan. So, I grabbed the first one when it came out and I liked it a lot, but like everyone else, didn't have a campaign, so that was a big hit. So when I heard this one was coming out with a campaign, I was instantly, hooked for it. But I love the campaign for it. It's truly really good if anyone hasn't played it yet. And the multiplayer, I think they pretty much just improved on everything that they did good with the first one, and it's super addictive for sure.
All right. So did you beat the campaign?
I did. I'm actually playing through it again on the harder difficulty. Usually that's just how I do it. I'll start off easy to get the story and all that, and then kind of go for the challenge after.
Nice. And any achievements or trophies? Which platform are you playing it on?
Right now I got it just for the Xbox. So.
Okay. I don't know if you've met Frankie, but Frankie likes to double dip a lot. I'm surprised he doesn't have it on both.
I do have it.
Of course you do.
He's got about 30 copies.
Yeah.
One for everything, including a Sega Genesis.
Word.
And a Dreamcast.
Right. Oh, I'd love to see the Sega Dreamcast version of Titanfall 2.
Oh my god.
Be wonderful. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, JD, the shrine, the NLG shrine of all the great retro game systems that I have.
Dude, I got one. I got right here, man.
Sometimes there's parties going on at his house, and there's stuff that gets rearranged on him. It's kind of funny too.
You sir, have exquisite taste.
I know, man. It's probably my favorite console right there.
You, sir, are welcome back anytime. I don't care what you say the rest of the podcast. You are welcome back here anytime, sir.
Frankie actually told me, said, quick, buy a Dreamcast, man.
I did.
Yeah.
Yep, I got him prepared.
That is greatest launch lineup of any console in history, and that remains to this day.
That's the truth.
Absolutely is. All right. Frankie, we haven't actually got a chance to play Titanfall yet, so give us your impressions of the game.
Well, I probably have about 10 hours invested in it between the systems. I'm playing Xbox. I've just been dabbling with multiplayer on the PS4, but I feel like everything that was in the beta, like, remember we played it and we all kind of felt that it was a little slower moving, didn't seem all that great compared to the first one. I feel like they took all the feedback from that, and it's the Titanfall that I remember from the first game. I don't really miss the burn cards like I thought I would. I think it's kind of cool that they actually ended up doing where all the perks and everything are kind of tied to your loadouts and your guns. Even the prestiging your guns, it'll put like a little kill counter on there. I think that's a really cool touch. I haven't finished the campaign yet, but I think I'm about halfway through it. I think JD, I just did the really cool part. That's as far as I am. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my god, man, that was a very cool surprise. I wasn't expecting, and fun to play.
Yeah, that was. I was gonna go to bed. It was one of those. I finished last chapter. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. And it took like 4 steps into the next room, and something happened. And I was like, all right, I gotta stay up for another hour and finish this chapter. So,
When you grab a certain item off of a certain person in that part, do you think that was them kind of making a joke at like glitchy like first-person shooters in a way? I was thinking that.
yes.
That was cool.
Guy with the place with the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, it's
Please
one of the
don't.
coolest things in the campaign, so I don't want to get into detail about it.
Yeah,
So
please don't.
I won't.
Hey,
It's
no, not again. What the heck?
when it happens,
Okay.
you'll know. You're still here.
I know, but my
Pixelated mic again. There we
glitching out
go.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wi-Fi.
No, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Crazy one, set up your internet. Too soon?
Too soon. You guys can still see me and hear me?
Yeah, your sound.
Yeah.
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 My Google Chrome is gone. What the hell is going on?
Just,
Well, that's why you don't use Google Chrome. But that's
It's just starting to annoy me.
Yeah, I'm using
And
Firefox.
it's just- like I'm serious. I'm literally. I can hear you. I can't see you because the screen's gone.
That's
Like
weird.
the browser is gone. I'm
that's
telling you.
different.
This is.
The
The sad
weirdest
part
thing.
is there are people that are watching this that don't need to worry about this crap.
They see everything just fine.
All right. I'm gonna pretend that. I mean, I can't. I don't know what to do here until
You don't need to see any of us.
Nah. So, well, I'll tell you what. Jason,
Yeah.
since you're next up on the list, I'm probably gonna have to dump this Chrome and come back in. Give us your take on it while I get myself back into this room again.
Yeah, not a problem. Anyways, the campaign, I really enjoyed that. That was something I wasn't expecting, especially the kind of twists towards the end. So I really highly recommend the campaign. Multiplayer, I've only played like 1 to 2 matches, so I can't really go into detail on that, but it did feel a lot faster than the tech test, and I thought it felt a lot better than what I played, what was it, a couple months ago when they did the tech test?
Yeah.
Something like that, Frankie?
Yeah.
You the man that knows all that stuff? Yeah.
Sometimes. Depending.
Sometimes. Yeah, but I enjoyed what I did get a chance to play. Like, hopefully I can get a little bit more later, a couple days from now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was telling JD earlier, like and he's kind of in the same boat too, I think, where it's like kind of that game I fall back to now. I come home like, all right, I have like 10 minutes. I got time for a match of attrition, Like I'm at work just thinking how awesome, like it's one of those games I'm just thinking about all day. Like I just want to go home and play Titanfall.
Yeah, what do you think of the new attrition mode?
Love it.
You love? I actually got 1 round of that in.
Yeah, I am terrible, but I don't care.
I thought the new one was actually improved on the old one. It felt a lot better. I liked the new enemies that were on the screen. It felt pretty good. I liked it.
I like the stalkers.
I keep trying to get Anchorman to play it, but he got a new Xbox. I had to re-download everything.
That's
That
rough.
bum. He got a new Xbox.
That was the only frustrating thing for me actually was when I went to launch the game. Like I had pre-ordered it, and like it was preloaded as far as I know. But then midnight hit, and I go to download it, and like it looped me back into the Microsoft store. I think this happened to you, HDK, with Gears of War.
Yeah, and I
Oh,
had to
you
download that
that
54.
game?
Yeah, it was
Gig patch.
downloading an update, but it was the entire game again.
Yeah,
Yeah, the update
Yeah,
is
that
the
sucks.
game.
Yeah, I was really
Yeah.
mad about that. But I'd still finish at 2 in the morning. I just hopped into a match of attrition. I was like, all right, worth it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
did
'cause
they?
I definitely had to finish the campaign off. I just had to. I got to that point in the stories where, like, I can't put it down, just like you're saying, Frankie. It's just like, I gotta know what happens next.
Yes.
Did they make attrition finally close at least?
It's better. I like it for what I
Okay.
played, which was one match. So I haven't had the time yet to actually sink into it.
but also the speed, the running, and even the beta, it was like felt very sluggish, and also like running up a wall, you felt like kind of stuck.
Yeah, like Titanfall 2 on crutches.
Yeah, exactly. You
You
felt
can't
kind of
really
stuck,
move,
like you jumped on like duct tape and you're stuck to the
Yeah.
wall. But now the release is like smooth. It's fast. It's definitely very good.
Sweet.
And also like the single player is awesome. Like I heard Frankie saying like, oh yeah, it's really good. I haven't read any reviews, but just word of mouth, like Frankie, and I heard some other guys saying like, hey, the campaign is really good. So I thought, well, you know what? I found it on sale at Newegg for $10 off. It's like, okay, here's my EA Access discount.
Nice.
Yeah.
And I bought it.
Hey,
And,
picking up the slack.
yeah. So,
Have you finished the
That's-
campaign, HDK?
not yet. I think I'm getting close, but
Alright.
yeah, I mean, there's too much to play because I'm still stuck with Battlefield 1.
Yeah.
It's
back to that
delicious.
too.
Yeah.
So, hey, just a quick side note. I apologize with all the issues that going on. I forgot once again to welcome in all of our chat room folks. Chat room, I mean, is just hopping. I mean, we got our normal guys in there. Ricardo's in there. Of course, we're in there. All-Star Gamer 1000, one of our good friends, is in there. We got a couple new people in there tonight as well. Digital Wildfire is there under his real name.
Digital who?
Yeah. Caden Nader's in tonight. We have Potato McGinnis.
That's a great name.
That's a great name. So I wanted to just say thank you guys so much for joining us tonight in the chat room. As for our new guys, well, you're not new, Digital Wildfire, but you're not new. Anyway, as we like to do, if there's something we see in the chat room, we like to ask them about their opinions, and we'll bring them into the conversation as well. And if you guys have any questions for us as the night goes on, we'll try to answer them. And joining us all the way from, his new gig in Hollywood, California, big star, doesn't have time for NLG anymore.
It's getting
It
too
is
much
the Western
sunshine.
Drake 20.
Hey man, NLG.
Joe.
NLG is too sexy for me. I'm sorry. I've been busy. I'm actually. See, this is how much I love all you guys. I made time for you guys. I'm at my girlfriend's baseball game right now. She's a coach.
Baseball?
She's a coach at a baseball for a baseball team, and I'm just
Oh, that's
watching right now.
impressive.
So she's not going to be hitting any home runs then?
Maybe a few. No, I'm just
Maybe
playing.
a few.
Witty and Super Cooper also in the chat room tonight. I didn't even see Witty come in. I saw Super Cooper from earlier.
Oh man,
Super-
that dude
Super
Witty-
was here before it started. He tried to be
Yeah.
first, but he
I didn't
wasn't.
see Witty get in. All
that
right,
dude
so
Witty is ugly.
He snuck in here. He creeped in.
all right,
And
so
beautiful Drake.
Would you quit that creeping, Witty?
Drake, did you get Titanfall?
No, I never got Titanfall.
No, he could Call of Duty.
I got the Call of Duty for the remaster, and I got Battlefield 1.
All right, so we'll get to Battlefield in a few minutes. So as far as Titanfall 2 goes for me, so you guys all know how I felt about the beta coming in too. I
You
thought
loved
I was done. I was like, nope, not happening.
You were preaching praises about it for months.
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing. And by preaching praises, I was saying, don't buy this game ever.
I think we all said that. I think maybe only one person that had an opposite opinion of us.
I'm trying to
That
think
was
who that was.
wasn't an elite gamer. I believe it was him.
No,
that,
Frankie was going to get it from jump too.
Frankie gets everything
Wasn't it-
from day one.
Yeah. Wasn't Drake all for it? or not?
What for Titanfall 2? Yeah, I was for
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah,
I decided I'm not gonna. I'm deciding I wasn't gonna get it because like I wanted the remaster like really bad of Call of Duty. So but I really do want that game. Like that's the next game on my list.
and we might hear someone hit a home run tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might.
What age group is she coach?
She coaches like elementary and stuff like that, middle school. I mean,
Oh, that's great.
yeah.
All right, so after coming out of the beta, I had no interest in it at all. Everybody knows that, and then I started to hear a couple of murmurings about the changes they made, and then, thanks to a wonderful friend HTK, who helped me out because I have 3 kids and no money, I was able to procure Titanfall 2 for the new egg discount that he got.
Nice.
And I got to go with Frankie. Going through the first couple chapters, it completely feels like Titanfall, which is what I was hoping for.
Yeah, the movement mechanics were, the thing that drew me into the game in the first place,
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Call of Duty player. I'm not JD, I'm not a first-person shooter guy really much at all because, I mean, I'm 43 years old. I don't have the reflexes for it anymore, and I don't have 12 hours a day to keep up with the youngins that are playing. So, I get my ass kicked much more than I used to when I was, a big PC gamer. So
every single game, it doesn't matter which one.
Yep, it doesn't matter.
Team Shield.
What did I say?
He's a distraction.
I used to tell my buddies from UE Gaming, I contribute to the bottom line, and that's about it.
For the other team.
Right. If you need 3 kills, but you're okay with 18 deaths, I'm your man.
That's it.
Hey, you draw them out, so.
That's right.
Yeah,
right.
You give away their positions while everybody else cleans up the enemies
That's
while
right.
you're laying there on the ground.
They come up and they start shooting me, and you know where they are, so you can hit them. That's my job. So,
at least I run as a medic to revive you after.
Right. The Titanfall was a different game because the Titans for me were an equalizer. They were. I was pretty damn good in a Titan.
Yeah, you were. You were a pretty beast on a Titan. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I couldn't do shit as a pilot, but I was pretty good at a Titan. And so that to me became a game that I could be competitive in. And so I played a lot of it. And I'll still play the original Titanfall to this day. So for them to at least get back to the formula for me that worked with the pilots, and I haven't done much multiplayer, and I haven't gotten through enough of the story to get the grappling hook yet. So I'm not even at the point where I've got that. But just the mechanics I have now, I'm like, okay, this is Titanfall. This feels like Titanfall. And the enhancements to the pilot as it relates to the Titan, I kind of dig that. The story is kind of meh to me right now. I'm not. I mean, it's a take it or leave it story for me. But the mechanics and the gameplay are kind of giving me a nice feel of the game. I haven't gotten into much multiplayer yet, which is why I was asking Frankie about attrition and if it feels like the original or not. Because I also did really like burn cards. I mean, that was something that I'm still not sure if I'm gonna like not having.
The funny thing is, I used to always forget about burn cards, and I always have my 3 sitting in my deck or in my hand or whatever. I'd always forget to use them. So I guess it's just the same old for me.
Same for me, Matsu.
Yeah, like all of a sudden at the end of the match, oh, I got burn cards. Crap, I didn't use one.
No, and if I had a Titan to call in, that beast was getting thrown down on the table quick.
Well, the ones I used the most were the full map radar thing or whatever, and when you get to call a Titan instantly, I like those ones.
Yeah, I like the
Drop
map
one right at the beginning of the match, just boom! All of a sudden, you got the upper hand right away.
So I'm hoping that I don't miss that. The other thing was that and correct me if I'm wrong, you cannot do custom loadouts on your Titans?
No, technically no. There's Like you can unlock perks for the different weapons, but each Titan is its own set loadout.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Which is weird because in the single player there are different loadouts.
Yeah, but you had different classes of tanks.
Yeah, the
Yeah, you
different
trade
loadouts.
something.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, JD.
Yeah, you basically get just different variants of the Titan instead of just having that one Titan in the campaign and then him just picking up the gun. So they kind of just, I guess, I don't know, for story reasons or whatever, instead of giving you one chassis to modify, they kind of give you different variants of it. But you can modify them a little bit. There's some things that you unlock as you level up with different modifiers, but it's not really so much customizing your gun or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, see, I kind of like that because I had different things. There were different things that I enjoy, having without having to get the whole package. I was more of the Vortex Shield kind of guy, but I like the chain gun. So I'm hoping that I don't miss that. But again, I haven't gotten into multiplayer yet, so I can't make a call on it. But so I'd say like I say, story aside, the single player is actually really enjoyable as far as the gameplay itself. What I'm like I said, the interaction between the Titan and the pilot in that single player campaign is actually really good, and it gives you sort of a trying to think how to word it, a feeling that the Titan is actually has some sort of sentient feeling, like.
I think the whole thing with that, they kind of suggest that like your brain, or they call it your neural link, and the pilot and the Titan, they kind of connect. So there might be a little bit of the personality of the pilot being inserted into the Titan too, I think. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see that, especially in how you can answer or talk to the BT, and depending on what you say to him, he actually. There's been a couple of times when I've given him a smart ass answer and he's given me one back.
Yeah.
There's some of the funnier moments.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Robot humor.
So I think between all of us that have it, it's pretty universal as far as we go.
Those kids are gonna get you.
Yeah, there you go.
They're gonna
Hold
get
on.
you, Drake. Run, Drake.
Oh my
Drake,
god.
are you in charge of handing out the orange slices?
Nah, but I brought Coke.
Did you see that episode of The Simpsons too there, Mike? I was on tonight. Homer cutting up the orange. Here, have an orange slice.
I brought the cupcakes last time.
So we're all pretty much in agreement that this high quality game.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
Reviews
It
have
looks
been
all right.
overwhelmingly positive. And yet, even with that and being multi-platform, the game does not look like it's going to sell as high as the original. So that leads us into
I think it was the time that they released it.
Well,
That's probably a big factor.
yeah. And here's
anytime that you release, what sucks is anytime you release anything against Call of Duty or Battlefield, your game is pretty much screwed. Usually.
Well,
people like the familiar.
Respawn said that their release date was locked in for a while. Was it their lock-in date or was it EA's lock-in date?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, the world may never know.
I think HDK locked it in for them.
Yeah, probably did.
There's a little history between the guys at Respawn and Call of Duty franchise, so it could have been a little bit of I'm not moving for them, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. I didn't think
Could
about
be.
that.
And maybe they wanted to see how they actually stacked up against Call of Duty.
They
Yeah.
said, you're not my pimp. That's what they said.
Well,
you're not my
I still
pimp.
like the release date of March from the first one. That was a nice one.
Yeah, that would have been much
There's
better.
like nothing else around it, so it was perfect.
I agree.
Or summer.
Summer would have
I mean,
been.
if Call of Duty did not have the remaster, it might be maybe closer.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we also haven't
But
seen
just
Call
a
of
lot
Duty
people
sales
buy
yet.
the,
I mean, we don't know. I mean, obviously it's going to sell because of the name.
Yeah.
But
And because the remaster. Well, actually,
But
I'm
let's
hearing good
not
things
for-
about the campaign, though.
yeah, but let's not forget too that this was not this so far, at least in the user circles, in the gamer circles, I haven't seen people drooling over Call of Duty, and I've seen them drooling over Titanfall, and of course Battlefield. In fact, I have seen people say that the Titanfall campaign, and I don't necessarily agree with it because the story, like I said to me, is meh. I've seen people put that single player campaign up against like Uncharted 4.
Oh,
So
I've seen some people, saying like Half-Life 2, like it's up around there, and there was another one too. But yeah, I don't agree with that. It's good, but not that good.
it's good, but it's too short and too little bit too generic to be that good, to be in those categories, I think.
generic's a good word. Maybe that's why I feel the way I do about the story itself. But I mean, just reading some of that online, I haven't seen that for Call of Duty. I really haven't. Like some people have said, yeah, the campaign's pretty good, but I haven't seen people talk about it in the same way. At some point, gamers have to buy a game on its quality, not on its name. And I don't know, Call of Duty seems to me should have been the one to lose out this year and not Titanfall 2.
Mhm.
So, I can understand the point of we're not moving our date because you want to see how you stack up against Call of Duty, even though you're going up against a giant. But if I remember correctly, Titanfall 1 was also very well received and sold pretty damn well. So it's not a brand new IP either.
Yeah, I mean, the whole like console exclusivity thing could be like a double-edged sword. Like sometimes you would think it wouldn't help a game, like it would help a game to be on more than one platform, but sometimes people kind of like rally behind like a console exclusive, so it's weird.
yeah, it could be.
You would think though that it would be the other way around, that all
For
of a
sure.
sudden, the console that didn't get the first game, the gamers would be itching to get the second game, especially if it is really better than the first game.
Yeah, it's weird. It's so hard to tell with that stuff.
Yeah. But wasn't there a lot of demand from PS4, from PlayStation to get Titanfall?
Yeah, there was. I remember threads and Twitter accounts going crazy, going, we want it too, and
Right.
You know what I feel?
now they got it, and it's not really selling, so it's kind of weird.
Right.
You know what I
One of
feel?
the- One of the
you know what I feel
interesting
about
things
that?
is, we only have a little bit of numbers from the UK because they do a weekly sales thing, and I mean it hasn't done as well as the original game, and also, as luck would have it for Xbox owners, if you want to call it that, the Xbox version is selling more, at least in the first week. Now, that's obviously something that can change throughout the rest of the holiday. But
Hey guys, it's getting too
You
loud,
hit
man.
it.
I don't want
Run!
I don't want to disturb the podcast. I might end up bouncing. I don't want to disturb the podcast.
all right, no worries, ma'am. I'm glad you were able to get in for a couple minutes.
Yeah, real quick, but I was gonna tell
Yeah.
you before I leave real quick. You know how I feel about console exclusives and games that were console exclusive but now are on multiple platforms. I got bills to pay, car payments, everything else. Too many other things to worry about. 99 problems, and that is definitely not one.
I hear you, man. I understand that. We're beyond. We're all adults here.
Sure about that?
Well,
For HTK.
I was gonna say,
I hear
try to
kids.
be adults.
Drake, quit screaming. Holy
Oh, man.
jeez.
Good Lord, man.
Drake's excited about Titanfall, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
Nah,
He's excited about
I'm
Titanfall.
excited about that Call of Duty remaster, bruh. That's what I'm excited about. Everyone I do. Hey, man, if you want to get people to be real quiet and things to get real awkward, mention a Call of Duty game. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce, but it was good
All right.
talking to you guys.
All right.
Hey,
Later,
man.
Drake.
See you later.
All right, Drake.
All right, man.
All right. And you know,
There's our live commentator of sports, Drake.
yeah. And by the way, I mean, you know, Respawn is also doing something else right with this game. No DLC. All content like Halo, all upcoming content is free.
Yes.
That's huge.
Huge plus. Huge
It
plus.
really
in my book.
is. In this day of microtransactions and season passes that are announced 6 weeks before the game launches, that's a you would think that would be something that would entice people to say, yeah, maybe I'm going to get that instead of, or as well as, the Call of Duty. I would think that the game should sell on its merits, and I'm one of those who, as I said, I didn't like the beta. I was not set to get this game at all. Now that
Word
I
of
have
mouth
the
is
game,
what kind of sells things too.
yeah. Now that I have the game, I recommend it to anybody. I would absolutely recommend anybody to play this game.
Like a week before it came out, I was getting messages from Anchorman. You got to buy the game. You got to buy the game. He was sold on it
Yeah.
before it even came out.
God, yeah. He was very sold on it. But
he was sold on the beta too, though, or
yeah, he
the
was.
tech test.
There was something about it, I guess, that he really liked, and he was reading stuff apparently, and saying that they made a lot of changes, and he was right actually.
Well, this is one of those times when maybe perhaps the tech test should have been a lot more closed than open.
Maybe.
You know how I feel about
Yeah.
open betas, and how they're
Because a lot of them are basically demos.
they
Everyone's
really are.
Apparently, this one was closer to a test than a demo. So I'm glad.
Yeah, me too.
everyone's kind of excited about the sales because of it's been a week or so. I say give it to after the holiday season and see what it does after.
Yeah.
People are going to start spending their money now.
Yeah, I was going to say, I could see this game kind of being like a slow burner that kind of just picks up steam over a course of, however many months. Maybe not super successful, but I could see them selling a respectable amount when all is said and done.
Which it deserves.
I mean, like when I grew up, basically word of mouth sold everything. There was no internet.
Right.
I think that's what will sell this game.
I think you're right, Matze.
So as we get through this, though, here and there was a little bit of drama to go along with the launch of the game,
These are the days of our lives.
especially after all the
As
all the
Titan
Call of
heard.
Duty reviews started coming out and that kind of thing. And just to show you, now the official Titanfall Twitter, this was funny.
Twitter.
Yeah, they started taking shots at Call of Duty. And
That's never good.
no, it really wasn't. And this was just one of them.
And you didn't favorite that? How dare you?
Yeah.
Why didn't you retweet it?
Yeah, why didn't you retweet it?
Yeah, that's exactly what I should have done.
They should have just tweeted a $sign afterwards, and then that'd be over.
Right.
Tweet a $sign.
And as I went through their Twitter,
Hey, you know what? I seen an ad saying pretty much now you buy an Xbox One S console, you get Titanfall 2 free. I seen that somewhere on Twitter.
wasn't there one where you could buy an Xbox One S and get a free game, and that could be?
That's a thing.
That's a thing too.
That
yeah.
is a thing.
That is
you
a
would know.
thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so are you playing the best shooters of the year? No, that one's kind of innocuous. I mean, that's that one's they're both
to be
EA, but
fair-
there was this one,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was a little and higher rated.
To be fair, this is not Respawn doesn't control the actual.
Well, I was getting
Titanfall.
there.
Isn't it like EA that controls it or something?
Yeah.
Of course it is. EA is. I despise EA, man.
Yeah, because
A lot of
Oh, you love it. We,
The modern
Respawn.
we
FPS
all love EA.
Look at this.
We know who's lurking in
Yeah.
here, right, guys?
remastered.
Mike's friend.
Nothing. I mean, these were, you know, the pinnacle of first-person shooting. Yeah, I mean, these were okay, but this one, the modern FPS remastered, that was, I mean, obviously direct shots at Call of Duty.
So I want to take you back a couple of years.
Yeah.
Take me back in time.
Battlefield 4. Launch game. Quote on the back of the box.
Such a nice.
Frostbite 3 engine and Battlefield 4 put Call of Duty Ghosts to shame. I mean, remember how Battlefield 4 was at launch?
You actually read these boxes?
Remember?
This
Yeah,
is EA's
boxes?
thing.
What?
Every year they do this crap, and it's irritating.
Yeah. Well, it got so bad that Respawn themselves and Drew McCoy said, hey, by the way, EA is responsible for the official Titanfall Twitter account, not us. That's how bad it got, because people were starting to kind of hammer
Hate on them or
Respawn on
something?
that.
Damn.
I mean, I even
That
tweeted
sucks.
Drew back and said, hey, man, they are doing you no favors. Which, you know, as it is, they're in a hole where they've got to sell against Battlefield and Call of Duty. And in the meantime, you know, the EA is kind of giving them a little bit of a bad image. So that's not helping.
Yeah, and you know EA will hang them out to dry if it comes to it too in the end.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Well, and this is why I think Respawn wanted to keep this IP. They own it, so EA can't really do anything with it. If EA dumped them, they could go elsewhere to have it published.
Yeah, true.
They could always let's see, as somebody put it, come home, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think
Well, yeah, depends how much dollars they will get.
right. Well, the other thing too is
I don't think they're interested in doing exclusives. I think they want to be a multi-platform or developer.
well, that's fine, but if EA doesn't publish their game, who will?
Yeah, they kind of burned the bridge with Activision.
Activision's got. I don't know if Activision would pick them up.
And that's what I mean. Yeah, they burnt that bridge, right? The whole lawsuit and all that.
Yeah, I don't think they want anything to do with Vince and company.
Yeah, but I mean, you still got like 505. You got Deep Silver. Like there are other smaller publishers that'll happily eat up Titanfall if given the opportunity.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
pretty sure there will be somebody out there that'd love to pick it up.
Oh, absolutely.
GameStop.
Yeah,
Yeah, you do the whole
GameStop loves your money.
that's true.
Imagine
That's true. Be another Song of the Deep type situation.
They got a
Or
new
you know
one.
what? You know who else?
Informers?
You know, we started to hear little trickles about Amazon's gaming division and the games
that's
they got
right.
coming out. Amazon would love to gobble up a
probably.
developer like that. So my nose is still completely stuffed up, so that is why I'm sounding like I can't talk tonight.
Oh, don't worry. Every now and then I get this time where I can breathe clearly for like 10 minutes before it gets all stuffed back up again.
you
totally
get
breathing out
hope.
of
It just all comes coming back. It just here we'll
I'm
clog
totally
it back
breathing out of my out of my mouth at this moment. So
up. Mouth breather.
mouth breather. You know, so I don't know. I think the game should sell better than it's probably going to. We may get surprised. So
Only time will tell.
yes. All right. So that's Titanfall. How we doing on you guys all? Everybody has Battlefield 1.
Battlefront.
JD, what's your take on Battlefield?
I actually didn't pick it up yet. I plan on picking it up this week, to be honest. But I like Battlefield 4's multiplayer once it all got sorted out. So I'm sure I'm gonna love it. I like the beta too. What I played of it.
We've been having a good time with that. With the multiplayer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be great.
And I played the story for a little while, but I haven't played it since because I've been kind of doing the multiplayer with the crew here.
Yeah, I played a little bit of the campaign before the podcast. I'm like in the final story, I'm like in a desert. It's good.
That's a big deal for them after all the negativity they got for their campaigns lately, you know?
Yeah. Especially with Hardline, which I don't understand because I'm like the only person on the planet that likes that story.
I actually like it too.
+1, Mike. +1. Oh, +3.
Oh, +2. See, I'm in good company.
Yeah.
See, he likes the Battlefield Hardline campaign and he likes Dreamcast.
Nice.
You just want to join the crew.
Maybe he just did some research on you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, what does this guy like?
Well, no, I don't know. I think I mentioned before, like on Twitter or something. Like I used to. I mean, I still do. I listen to this show, so that's how I found Frankie and everyone anyway. So I could have done my research, like you were saying.
Well, thank you, man, and I appreciate that. I really do. We try to just talk games, and
games are our hobby. It's what we do for fun. You know, it's not serious. Not
Keeps
at all.
us sane most of the time.
Most of the time.
It does. It really does.
Keeps us sane and broke.
Well, yeah, there is that. So, which reminds me, we've got consoles and peripherals all over the place. And before we get over to the PlayStation side, so we have the last podcast was 2 weeks ago. We finally got to talk about the Nintendo Switch. Finally. But we only got to talk about a little bit of it. And somehow we stretched it out into an hour. But there wasn't much information 2 weeks ago. But there's been some since. So, JD, since you are a big Nintendo guy, give us your take first on what you've seen from Nintendo on the Switch and what your take on the system is.
So overall, I liked it. Just on the idea that I can play Zelda on the go, seriously, is enough to sell the thing to me. So I might be a little biased there, but actually, like a couple hours before we started here, I hit up the local 7-Eleven, and as I was walking out, a kid was talking to his buddies saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna be picking up that Switch. Did you hear about it?" No lie, for real. So I think a lot of people are excited to play their games on the go if they can actually deliver AAA games besides their own.
The only part of that story I don't believe is the part about the 7-Eleven because there is none around here. They shut that down a couple years ago.
You are from Canada.
I live in New Jersey.
We had one that shut down a couple years ago. It's now a wireless cell phone store or something.
What, just the entire country of Canada?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm with you about the AAA. I hope they can sustain or basically get more than a very first AAA game from the publishers.
Yeah, they got to do that right, man. Just like the press, it will the negative press they'll get if they don't do that. Even if they have the greatest games ever from their first party stuff, will just hurt them. They really got to get some AAA stuff on there. Third party, I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with that. I just don't know how they get there with the system that they're trying to build. And
it's definitely not for the hardcore shooters, etc. In my opinion.
Hey, you never know. Like, if you get the controller in your hand, it might feel pretty good playing like a first-person shooter if they have one on that console. Or something like a new version of Splatoon or something.
Oh, a Splatoon's coming. It's got to be.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of good things about that game.
I was talking to my buddy who's like a huge PC guy, huge tech guy, and we were talking about the processor that's supposed to be in it and the official press release that NVIDIA did, and he was saying that chip might secretly be a lot more powerful than people think, and that it might actually be able to run some games pretty well. I mean, not like a PlayStation 4 or Pro, but in the ballpark of an Xbox One, and that might be enough to get some third-party support. I don't know. I mean, it all depends on what the third parties think about that, if they're willing to downscale at all or anything like that.
But I'm wondering if it's a little too late. It PlayStation Pro and
Sure.
probably Scorpio right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to depend if that portability aspect sells it enough. That's probably what they're betting on, you know.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Well, if you remember, that video was all like 20-somethings millennials. Hardly the hardcore gamers that you would see getting the PS Pro and the Scorpio. So Nintendo always and probably will always until the end of time march to the beat of their own drummer. And in fact, I have it up. It was interesting because Nintendo had their fiscal year March 2017 report, and there was a Q&A that came along with it, and I actually have it. And the first question that came up in that Q&A was about that video. It says the people featured in your introductory video were mostly teens and adults, and the video included a scene from an esports event, which makes Frankie happy. Who do you see as the target audience for the Nintendo Switch? And here's his answer from the president was their basic policy is to expand the gaming population, and there have not been any significant changes about the customers who we want will purchase the Switch. So my guess from that is
cell phone gamers. That's what they want.
Is who?
The cell phone gamers, the ones that carry their phone and play around. Maybe they want them. That's why it's portable.
Yeah, they want my 12-year-old and 6-year-old sons who spend all day on their iPads.
Right.
Yeah, why not? That's a pretty big audience.
And it's funny because they also I find it hilarious that the company that makes the system can't talk about the system. And somebody asked about, and I was looking at this second question while we were talking for a second. I didn't realize that what Kimishima says is, since we can't discuss the details such as its specs, we can't elaborate on how different it is from the Wii U. Okay, so you're not going to tell us. I mean, how do you not tell the
have
shareholders?
To go ask their mom. They got to go ask their mom if they can say about it,
So I'm trying to say that
it's kept under wraps.
Yeah, I mean,
it's hidden in a safe and it's sealed.
I don't know. It makes no sense to me. But there is this point. Peter, you're the one that just said, "Is it too little, too late?" Right?
Yes.
So there's something to that. By the time we hear any new details about this, the PlayStation Pro is already out because that comes out
like
next
a
week.
month away from the thing to release. Didn't they say like January that they're going to tell you more?
Yeah.
After
January 12th.
January 12th.
So,
that's like 2 months away before it's even released. That's kind of short notice.
Just more details.
Right. In the meantime, you have the PS Pro that's coming out. You still have the Xbox One S that's probably going to have an incredibly good holiday.
You got 7 months away from Scorpio at least.
Right. I'm not sure I even put that in the conversation of the Switch because you were talking about two systems on the total opposite spectrum of each other, even in price. Speaking of which, what the other thing that they had said was that they expect the price of the console to be in line with what you'd expect from a Nintendo console, and they're not planning on selling it as a loss. Loss.
What did the Wii U sell for when it came out?
The Wii U is $300 when it came out.
300?
$350.
Yeah. So we talked about a couple weeks ago what we thought
350?
the launch price of this had to be in order for it to be successful. JD, what are your thoughts on what the launch price has to be for this thing to get out of the gate?
Well, I mean, if they're
not going to take a loss.
if they're really not willing to take a loss, I think that $299 mark is pretty much the highest they can go. But really, they should probably sell it for $250 if they really want to push them out there. But if they're not willing to take a loss, I don't know if they can do that.
Yeah, I see reports of them figuring probably around 300. That's kind of where I think it's going to sit at, 300 launch price.
Yeah.
It better come with some stuff at that price too, a game
I
or.
think it's got to come with a game.
Yeah, it's got to have a game. I mean, nothing like buying a console, not having enough money for a game or something. That'd suck. Yeah, I got the shiny console, no game. I guess I'm going to have to wait another couple weeks.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but now packing games, which packing games were a big thing in the 16-bit era, with Genesis and the Super Nintendo and so on. But pack-ins and bundles are your new price drops. They can sell the consoles and pretend they're not selling them at a loss. But at the same time, by including a game in the package, they're selling for a loss. It's interesting to see that instead of pricing a console at say $199, they'll price it $299, but include a game, or let you get 2 games, or let you get an extra controller or something. I think that's your new price drop, and Nintendo's got to do something close to that. I think they have to. I think they have to include a game if they're going to sell it for $300.
Yeah, like you say, like how much does a game really cost them? Like next to nothing. They can throw in a couple games and it not really hurt their pocketbook at all.
Well, yes and no. Third-party games, what do you think Microsoft paid for that Battlefield 1 bundle? I don't know. I keep getting mixed up.
Who knows?
Maybe $10 a copy.
Think?
Max.
Seriously?
Yeah, not more. I don't think so.
Wow. That's a hell of a discount. How come we can't get it for... How come we're paying $69.99, $59.99 for a game?
Because we're getting milked and
we're getting milked.
For every penny we have.
They went to the GameStop school of bundling games.
I mean, yeah.
What are you doing,
in digital
Frankie?
games, you get 20% off already.
Trying to line up
just
maps.
come out. And digital 0. So don't get me started.
Oh, I hear you. What did I say? What did I say at our party the other day? The first company to start selling digital codes in the store.
Has your business?
Has my business.
Yep.
Best Buy might do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited with that one thing you sent me. Frankie. It's not for my game, but just the.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I put in there. It's just the possibility. Like,
exactly.
Maybe we're getting there.
But was that link from Cheap Ass Gamer? Was that directly to Best Buy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's their gamers club. They're doing. I don't know why just that game, but if I'm hoping it's a start for digital, because I like you, Mike. I try to buy it digitally on my Xbox
and try to buy it as cheap as possible.
Yes, right. I don't like paying full price for a digital game. I just don't feel like I should have to.
I agree with you, and I have 3 kids.
Exactly, you have other reasons.
That's the gray hair.
That whole 3 kids thing is much more potent, Plus, I think I need a starter for my van. So,
really?
Yeah. So, all that money that I made with my band gigs that I was going to get,
it's going into
games
the car.
Gets chewed up. So, yeah, that's difficult. So, if I'm going to buy a digital game, I don't want to pay $60 for it either. Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm glad
you don't want to pay $60, but they'll sell it to you for $59.99.
Yeah, I'm glad HTK found that code for from Newegg for Titanfall.
Save you that penny.
It's why I do 700 Bing reward searches a month, so I can get that $10 every couple of months. It helps.
It's a double header, so I'm back.
Drake's back.
It's a double header, so I'm back.
It's a double.
What's the score?
It just started. The next game just started.
Man, you must really like this girl.
Or you must really love baseball.
No.
See,
beep.
if Drake had a Switch, he would still be playing.
Yeah, if Drake had a Nintendo Switch, he could
Yeah.
be playing his game right now.
Yo, man, I'd be playing that COD 4.
You know,
think the
it's
Switch will have COD 4?
Oh yeah.
you know, JD, you brought up the Switch's processor. I have the NVIDIA blog post up about that processor. It's based on their Tegra line, which is a mobile processor, very much so. But custom, of course, like all console, you know.
It's got a
cards
custom
are.
racing stripe on it.
So
Yeah.
what were you hearing about it?
Well, my buddy, like I said, he's a big like computer guy. He was telling me it's not so much important that it's a Tegra chip. Something about the architecture of it. I forget what. There's something like it's being compared to the NVIDIA Shield. So I know but there's something different about the way it works. Some new process that's been invented since then. And yeah, I'm looking on there now to see if I can find it. But he was just saying that it's just a significant revision of how the chip works, and it might be considerably more powerful than the Shield, which it's being compared to.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, the blog says it's built on the same architecture as the GeForce cards, which I don't know. I've got base GeForce stuff in my PC. I don't know. You got to remember, I'm out of the PC gaming market for years, so I couldn't tell you jack about video cards for gaming. So I'd be interested to see that. The other, there were some other kind of leaks that came out about what the dev kit looked like, which also may play factor into what this thing can do. The latest that somebody had said was the only thing's going to have 4 gig of RAM in it, and of course we know it's going to be cartridge based now. We do know that Ubisoft is all in, like they're all into Switch. So they'll get.
Yeah, it was at the beginning.
Yeah, will you get an Assassin's Creed or a we know Just Dance is coming.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Now, how do you play that when you take the thing out?
I don't know. You gotta move with the remote.
Dance in real life.
Yeah.
Just listening to that. It's just funny. They're all excited for the Nintendo
Screaming,
Switch.
and my kids are in bed.
Yeah. Well, it's 7:15 there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And again, it's all speculation because they won't tell us a damn thing. So it makes it difficult to talk about it.
Speculate, Frankie.
They give you a date, man.
March.
January 12th.
Oh, for when we're gonna find more stuff out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they might just tell us a price and a date.
No, they already said that event's going to be priced, launch lineup. Sounds like it's going to be like an actual press conference.
I think it's going to be like a Nintendo
I hope
Direct.
It's at least 10 games. That'd be nice.
It sounds like it's going to be an actual press conference. That's what I'm led to believe from what they were talking about.
Am I invited?
It's not going to be a direct, right? It's going to actually be a legit showing.
Yeah, they're actually going to be streaming like a press conference.
Okay. Wait,
That's
what
a
are you
good sign
doing
if it's
again?
an actual...
Hold on, wait. Frankie, what are you doing?
Assassin's Creed Syndicate things.
What?
Secrets of London maps. Trying to line them up on the actual game map.
What is that, like a companion app?
No, I'm just online Googling locations for these things I'm trying to find.
Good Lord, man.
2 more trophies, man. I'm almost there. This is a platinum that's been 2 years in the making now. Yep.
So somebody had said, I'm looking it up now. that there's a lady from Let's Play Videogames.com that claims that they have that the system without a game will be $260, $300 for a Mario bundle, and $340 for a Zelda bundle with a Pro controller.
I'd be on
That
board
sounds
for that.
pretty nice if they do that.
That would be in line.
Sounds awesome.
That would be in line with what we're talking about. Nintendo did say that the games that they showed in that video, the hippie video, were not actual game play from her. So
yeah, it was like tacked on in post production or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see. I guess January comes. And January will give us all.
Good thing it's not that far away.
I think it's going to do all right. I mean, assuming it gets that third-party support, which I think it'll get way more than the Wii U did. Even if it's not enough to make it sell, 40 million or however many the PS4 sold, I think this thing will do a lot better than people think, possibly.
I hope it does anyway.
Yeah, I definitely hope it does.
Yeah, agreed. I mean,
all the non-gamers I talk to, I shouldn't say non-gamers, all the, casual gamers I talk to are so excited for the fact that they can bring it on the go. And I think some of us might be underestimating that a little bit just because we're so involved in more hardcore gaming stuff that we're always thinking about graphics and first party and third party, because I think people will just buy it, and even if they don't use it after a few games, we'll grab it, so I think it's going to do good.
Yeah.
Hey, if it has Candy Crush, it will sell millions.
Yeah.
Well, you take it out, and let's say you're at school or something. You take the controllers off. You and a buddy can play Mario Kart right there at your school. You can't do that with an Xbox or a PlayStation.
I did that with my Nintendo DS.
Well, they're probably gonna. They say they're not going to cannibalize their DS market or whatever, but I think they are.
Yeah, they want to launch this alongside the DS.
I honestly think it'll just kind of come down to how the thing does. Like if the Switch takes off and starts selling extremely well to a point where it's kind of overshadowing the 3DS, maybe they'll start laying off the 3DS a little bit. But if the Switch is off to another Wii U, caliber start, then I think the 3DS will continue to be their main focus.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah,
because it's their hedge handheld.
No, I also heard that it's possible that the cartridges would be up to 32 gigs.
So they can hold more than that. They got to be able to hold more than that.
Well,
the ones I heard before were
100, 100 and something or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm looking it up now.
Beefy.
I don't know. That was leaked within a couple days or something like that. I seen it earlier. Can't remember
I'm looking
where.
it up, but I thought I saw. I mean, again, this is all leaks because we don't know jack, and I don't think I don't know if they would tell you how big the cartridges could be. I think they just want to.
My wife says good night.
Good night, Mrs. Madzu.
Good night.
They say good night.
Bye, Mrs. Madzu.
If these games scale down to, to fit into a smaller screen, obviously, it's going to be bigger than this, but, to scale from a television down to a larger version of this, it may not need, if you're breaking it down to 720p, for example, you may not need as much room. Plus, there's compression. Cartridges. One of the things that people got good at with cartridges and with DVDs in the 360 era and stuff like that was they got very good at compression and getting that game down, into a manageable state. That could be very much what happens here too. So, how big the cartridges are may not matter as much. It just depends on whether or not the developers want to go through the process or the trouble of doing that. And that's where the question of third-party AAA games comes into play. How much do you want to, right now, whether people understand it or not, there is so little difference in programming between the PS4 and the Xbox One as far as the core code. Now, one has, the Xbox One has ESRAM they have to deal with, and the PS4 does not, and there's differences once you get into that. But the core is still basically their PCs. How much different is that going to be with the Switch? And because I'm not hearing that there's a PC style processor in this thing either. I think we're looking at, are we looking at an ARM processor? Nobody said anything about the CPU, but I've heard.
I have no idea. I've not read anything, so.
JD, anything from your source?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar about all the specifics with that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be significantly different than the Xbox and the PlayStation.
So now we get to the question of, do the developers want to recode or work on, one of the issues that happened in previous generations was you had a lead console and then you had to port the code to the other console. Whereas you don't necessarily have to do that now as much with the break towards a wholly different processor and such. Does that change that, and does that affect what third-party companies want to do? I mean, that's development time and development money versus return on investment. What do you guys think?
It all depends how many units they sell. I mean, Switch units they sell, and that might make it worth the investment.
I think
it might be chicken and egg, maybe.
I think in the beginning, Nintendo's going to have to encourage these companies somehow, maybe help them out with some of that work for the porting, at least in the beginning, to get some sales. But like you're saying, if this thing starts selling, developers aren't going to care. They'll do work to get the games on there if they can.
Well, I'm just hoping it doesn't go the way of the Wii U, where it had all that support at the beginning and then it just dropped off.
Right.
Because I guess you say sales of the games, because the games itself weren't selling. The third-party titles.
Sure.
Yeah, and if one big publisher drops off, then more might follow. So
exactly.
Yeah, they got to have some kind of contingency plan in place for that exact scenario. If they're smart, they'll do that. They might already have something set up.
Well, and that's so. HTK does make a very good. He said chicken and egg. It could be a chicken and egg kind of thing. That's their conundrum. Microsoft and Sony had third-party support out of the gate, even regardless of the processor and stuff. Both of those had, previous console success that third parties knew they could invest in. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, everybody can say, "Oh, we're excited. We could, I can slap my logo down on that sheet that says, yeah, I support the Switch." You know how many people supported the Infinium Labs Phantom console? They had a sheet that big too. But when it came down to it, the Xbox One and the PS4 are never going to lose third-party support because they can make that investment back, and they have a sizable install base. Both of them do. Nintendo's not in that position where they have goodwill that they could fall back on like Microsoft and Sony do. As you guys are saying, they've got to sell before third parties are going to really jump on board. But the problem is, where the problem could be in HTK's chicken and egg scenario is, what if people don't buy it because there aren't? Once again, like the Wii U. What if there aren't the third parties right out of the gate? Nintendo's gonna have to sell this thing on the back of Mario and Zelda. Can they do that?
They can definitely do that for a brief period of time, but they have to get some kind of third-party support regardless, no matter what, no matter how many first-party games they put out.
Yeah. Any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, nothing.
It is quiet.
Cricket.
Very quiet. Yes.
Yeah.
I
A
mean,
lot of it's just a we'll see scenario. You know, the other problem I have is, you know, guys like us, you know, a lot of the games that may end up coming to the Switch early on might be ports of games we have right now. So, you know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to go out and rebuy a lot of these games just to have them on the Switch. I mean, I'll rebuy Titanfall 2. If anyone has Titanfall 2 on the Switch, I'll buy a Titanfall 2 on the Switch. But
I got Titanfall 2 on PC and Xbox.
well, so now we come to a whole other issue, and I definitely want to get JD's thoughts on this too. We talked about it briefly because, again, we don't know jack about it. In order for some of these AAA games to really hit the Switch, they're going to have to build an online infrastructure for multiplayer gaming. That's something we did not see, really. We kind of saw a little bit with the esports thing, but we didn't see every time we saw in that video people playing, they were, you know,
there,
like
right there.
Yeah, kind of like, you know, possibly
physically-
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
You know, could be Bluetooth, could be, you know, that kind of DS Direct. I did not see anything that pointed to any kind of online infrastructure.
I'd imagine that there would be. Like, I can go upstairs and play Mario Kart 8 or whatever online on the Wii U. So I'm sure there's going to be something for the Switch.
Okay. But something that, I mean,
the question for me is really just the on-the-go stuff. Like, if I'm trying to play like a game like Destiny on my break at work, am I on a
Why
Wi-Fi?
would you do that?
Because Destiny is wonderful. Matsu, play better games. Jeez.
I am playing better games. Better games than Destiny.
I don't know about that at all. I mean, like, am I going to be on?
you,
Am I
Frankie,
going to be on
making
a
you
Wi-Fi?
mad.
Am I going to be on 3G? Like, what are we looking at here?
right. That's a whole-
Wi-Fi.
like, none of that is
Or maybe we're on 5G.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing no Ethernet port or anything on that thing. So.
no. Well, I'm sure there's one on the base. There's got to be.
There's not one on the Wii U. There's not one on the Wii U.
Are you serious?
Yes. There's not an Ethernet port on the Wii U.
Totally wireless?
Yes. It's slow as
Yeah,
heck.
mine's hooked up wirelessly.
What?
What? Mind blown. Boom. Look at that. We just confused Mike. End of show, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. I have no idea what to, I have no idea what to say about that.
You don't have a Wii U?
No.
Never had one?
No.
I got a Wii U.
Yeah.
Fastback
Yeah, you know.
says getting fired playing Destiny at work. That's funny.
That's going to be me with Zelda.
By the way,
Yeah, Zelda.
I've been
Zelda's such
neglecting
a
the chat room a little bit tonight. Fastback
What are you doing?
came in. Welcome in.
Why are you neglecting? I've been talking all night there.
Well,
He
it's
doesn't have
not
to
that
because you're
easy
talking to him.
fishing for news while we're talking, or at least getting my sources and stuff together while we're talking.
Okay.
And someone's got to run this damn thing, you know.
Yeah, okay.
I guess you can use that as an excuse this week.
Dylan him off the hook like that.
Next
mind.
week he's got to think of something else.
Plus, I'm sick.
So is Matsu.
Yeah, so's Madzu.
Lovely. All right. So
Your
anyway,
face is red.
yeah, I know. It's all that coughing.
It's not that sunburn. Oh.
No, not the sunburn. Not this week.
Mike and his famous sunburn.
Right.
What a week that was, wasn't it? That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
That was incredible.
Yes.
Mike comes up looking like Two-Face, you know.
Right. I had the profile and it looked like my entire I looked like a lobster.
I still think you should have had like the cloth dangling over half your face. That would have been cool.
Anyway.
Did you see that episode, JD?
Which one?
When
With
Mike
Mike
had the
all
sunburn? Yeah.
I don't think I saw that, or I didn't notice it.
He too was offended by his face.
Yes. I was offended by my own face.
Everybody was offended by his face.
It
I
was
make
not
kids
good.
cry.
Even his face.
Generations will be talking about that forever.
Just like a little side note, like I listen to like all my gaming podcasts mostly at work, so it's a little tough to watch NLG at work with a YouTube feed going on my phone and stuff. So
That's what I told him.
I've suggested, SoundCloud or something, but
Yeah.
nobody listens to me.
SoundCloud's good.
I
Nobody
also
listens
made
to
that.
me.
I made that recommendation.
I'm pretty sure but I'm pretty sure we have to pay for that. I keep saying.
Well, yeah. If you want to get the RSS feed from SoundCloud, it's $15 a month.
Isn't there like a free version of something?
Yeah, but you have like a limited amount of time.
You'd have to like load an episode and then delete it, and then load an episode and delete it. It'd be a pain.
Yeah, so
that sounds like a pain.
Yes, I go back to 3 kids and time.
Of course, understandable for sure.
So, I mean, this is also honestly, this is also very convenient to do this.
Undoubtedly.
So all right. So final thoughts on this, if we have any on this, what we know now about the Switch is still basically nothing until January. But,
Yeah.
But you're excited for it, JD?
I am, but I'm also, a little jaded from the the stuff Nintendo's done lately, meaning last few years. I gotta believe there's people at least as smart as all of us, if not 10 times smarter, that realize all this stuff that we're concerned with. There's gotta be, right? You would think, but at the same time, you look at some of the stuff Nintendo's done lately, and you just wonder if they're just going to keep repeating these weird, strange mistakes that they keep making.
Well, I think that it boils down to it really boils down to culture. If you think about Microsoft and Sony, and I'm saying this from a business standpoint. Excuse me, my nose is.
Don't be bringing business logic this way.
Sorry. Yeah, I hate to bring that into a gaming podcast, but if you look at it from a business standpoint, if you think of Sony's leadership, if you think of their executives, you do think of Shuhei Yoshida, but you also think Andrew House, Sean Layden. Those guys. Those are actually Sean Layden's now the head of Sony Interactive. If you think of Microsoft's is by trade an American company. Head of Xbox is Phil Spencer. You have Phil Spencer, you have Major Nelson, you have those guys. Nintendo really has one executive from this territory, and that's Reggie Fils-Aimé. Everyone else in executive positions, including the president of the company, is Japanese. Their culture as a whole and how they run Nintendo, from their current president back to the family that ran it in the beginning, has always had kind of a lockhold on what they wanted to do. And it's not I don't say that to disparage them because it's Japanese run. I'm simply saying that when I said earlier they have and probably always will march to the beat of their own drummer, is because that is who controls them. If you remember Sega, a lot of the turmoil and a lot of the problems that came out at the end of Sega's tenure as a hardware manufacturer came because of Sony of Japan's kind of dominance over Sega of America and what they wanted to do. Bernie Stolar, Peter Moore had plans of things they wanted to do. And especially with the Sega Saturn, they got run over by Sega of Japan. Sega of Japan said, "This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it, and and there's no negotiation here. You just do it." Nintendo's the same way, for better or for worse. They have and had built an empire on that same principle, from the NES to the Super Nintendo, to in smaller numbers than Nintendo 64. And yeah, they caught fire with the Wii under that same leadership culture. They've missed with, I think, the GameCube. I think they missed with the GameCube, even though I love mine. They definitely missed with the Wii U. But I don't think they changed their culture based upon that. I think that is what they want to do. And that is concerning because they don't necessarily, in my opinion, and stop me if you disagree, because I would love to hear a contrarian opinion on this. I don't think they listen to the community. I think they build what they think you want, but I don't think they build what the people really want.
I mean, that's tough to say. I mean, I'd have to see I don't know how much like profits they've made like during these periods where the console was doing bad. I mean, they make a lot of money off a lot of other stuff too, just like merchandise and licensing and stuff like that. They might not care so much about how well the console does in the West. I mean, they might just not that they don't care, but we might be overestimating how important the console sales are, because with how bad the Wii U did and the GameCube before that, the Wii was in between. It just seems like they kind of just bounce back no matter what, and they just keep somehow surviving. And I mean, I know they got the handhelds too. I mean, they just might not worry about us as much as we might think, and they have their vision, like you said, and their way of doing it, and somehow they keep bouncing back, so they might be a little stubborn in wanting to change it for sure.
I could see that, but who wanted the Wii U in its form? I mean, people have been begging for a traditional console from Nintendo. Yeah. This is still not a traditional console. I don't care what.
Not even close.
Not even close. So it's still not what people really want. Now, can it catch fire with this concept? Sure. But it's still not what the people have asked for. So will it? And it is a concern. I want them to do well. I really do. I want Nintendo to be a player in this market, in this industry, because we say this all the time, and I think we can all we can all agree on this. Their stable of IPs are second to none.
Yeah, they should have a focus group every once in a while on their console ideas,
Yeah, but this is also a company that doesn't even allow you to show video or gameplay without copyright striking you. I mean, they are, and again, this goes back to their leadership and who really controls the company. They're not gamer friendly when it comes to that. I just wonder if all they care about is, we're just going to give you Mario and Zelda and you're just going to buy it because you love Mario and Zelda, no matter what we give you. We know what you like and we know what you want, whether or not you told us that or not. That I think is going to play into a lot of this.
I think that it's like the clearest example I could even fathom of that right now is the whole Metroid Prime Federation Force thing. That's a game that from the start, Metroid Prime fans have been enraged. This is not Metroid Prime. What are you doing? So the fact that they're still not trying to make a proper Metroid Prime game that fans of the series deserve. I mean, I think Federation Force itself is kind of a cool game, not as a Metroid Prime game, but as just a game on the 3DS. I think it's pretty cool, but it's not a Metroid Prime game. And Nintendo knows the Metroid Prime fans are pissed about that game. And they're not doing anything to try to make good on it.
Yeah, it seems like there's definitely some serious disconnect from their fans for sure.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if that's going to have I mean, I do. I wonder, I keep thinking about HTK's comment. Is this too little, too late? I don't want it to be. I don't think any of us want it to be, right? I mean, I think we want this thing to be successful.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
It might not.
Especially with it.
It might be the end of their home consoles. I mean, I could see them backing out of that after this, which would be crazy because if they were smart, they would make the most powerful console and just get true third-party support, and then just be like, yeah, plus we have all those games, like Zelda and Mario and Call of Duty. Like I can't. I said this on a Play and Listen. I don't understand why they don't put out the top tier console. To me, that seems crazy. But I mean, I don't know their business. I don't know why they make the decisions they do.
And they did that for the first few console generations. I mean, you had the Sega Master System and the NES. They were kind of on par. So there were actually people who liked one over the other. Then you had the Genesis, and then the Super Nintendo came out. And while I still preferred the Genesis overall, power-wise, the Super Nintendo smacked it around.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's backwards now.
Yeah, and it just when they got the N64 was a great console.
For sure.
JD, I actually credit the N64 for breaking me of my my Sega exclusive fanboyism.
Yeah, I remember you saying that on an older show for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Super Mario 64 was like that was my turning point.
That console gets a lot of hate now for some reason. Not hate,
I
but
still got mine.
Seems like people like to kind of bash the 64, but I remember it being like really great, and I don't remember anybody who didn't have one. So I agree with you. That's a great console.
All I had was good memories of that console. Years of good memories.
Yep.
Same here.
3 games. Mario 64, Wave Race 64, and of course,
I had
GoldenEye. Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Yes. That's the game right there. I love that one. I'm sorry.
Wave Race, that's funny.
Well,
I remember Wave Race.
Perfect Dark too. Perfect Dark. I like that one too.
Wave Race is why I like games like Riptide GP.
Yeah, that's funny. I mean, I had Wave Race. I don't remember many of my friends having it, but that's funny that you brought that one up. That's great.
I never played it.
Wave Race. Blue Storm. It's a great game.
Yeah, but I'm talking the original.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. But I had the one on the GameCube as well.
So
I mean, for me, I would just like switch out maybe, or not switch out, but I would say Ocarina of Time, Perfect Dark, and all that. Those games.
Yeah.
Were crazy good.
No, I was just, those were my 3 pinnacle games. Obviously Ocarina of Time is a special game. Perfect Dark, I didn't get into Perfect Dark as much.
I know that was another multiplayer game that I played for hours upon hours with my buddies.
Yeah.
I actually never played the story of that game.
I didn't get into it as much.
But
I will
just all
say,
multiplayer.
The N64 was also home to one of the greatest wrestling games there ever was.
Yes.
WCW versus WWE World Tour.
What are you doing?
Versus NWO
You're getting
World
all
Tour.
excited, then you broke his dream.
No.
Look, you crushed his heart.
Look, WWF No Mercy is the best wrestling game ever made. Yes.
No, WCW NWO World Tour was the best.
No Mercy, man.
Best story mode No Mercy. I put No Mercy up against WCW Thunder.
Ugh. You have no standards.
I know.
Mike, you got to do a greatest Dreamcast games episode sometime on here if you haven't already. So I have an excuse to talk about Legacy of Kain.
Oh yes, Soul Reaver. Oh my God, yes, what a game! Holy crap! Oh,
That's one of my first Play and Listen shows. Is he ended with a track from that game, and I was like, I remember this.
Yeah, the Soul Reaver intro, man, still gives me like chills down my spine. That when it goes to that like crescendo in the middle or whatever you want to call it, that like build up part. Oh my God, so good.
You know what? When we get into a lull, which will probably be January, I would love to do a Dreamcast retrospective podcast and just
you should do an episode about this right here too, man. If you can see it.
Shenmue.
Oh,
I
Shenmue.
got Shenmue 2 downstairs for Xbox.
I
can't
lent
believe
my
how good that
Shenmue
game
to
is.
somebody a long time ago and never got it back.
Lessons learned.
Yep.
Now
I
you're
still have
sad.
Shenmue 2.
I
on
still
the
see the
Xbox.
tears going down your face.
Oh, I'm still mad to this day. I don't even remember. I don't think I'm friends with that person either.
I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be either.
So, it was horrible. What a great game. What a great legacy. What a shame. What an absolute shame what's going on right now.
Shame.
Nobody's heard a word about Shenmue 3.
Yeah, I
since-
thought they were redoing that. Or
They
or
are.
still doing it.
So far, Yu Suzuki has taken everybody's money and not given anything back.
Take your money and run. That's what you do.
They've done a couple updates. I just never read them because none of them are ever interesting.
Substantial, right?
Yeah, it's just kind of.
I honestly don't believe he's made enough money to do a proper game.
I just
Sorry.
hope it's not another Uncharted clone or like, every other, like the God of War and Last of Us and all those games look like almost like the same exact camera angle and all that, even though they're fun games. But I just hope it's true to the original game.
I would think it would be. I think with you at the helm,
Right.
I don't think that's an issue. The problem is that I honestly don't think he made enough money to really make a proper game.
Hopefully that's not true, but that might be true.
I think
This is why I don't fund games. I buy them when they're in the store and already finished.
I said
Yeah.
Sony should just go
Smart
ahead
guy.
and snap this game up, be done with it, and fund it. If you're going to do it right. I got a PlayStation 4, so I'm going to play it. Just do it right at this point. I don't care. Just do it right. I don't think and that's why I don't think you're seeing much other than little updates. I don't think that this game in its current development state or its development cost, I just don't think it's going anywhere.
Have they shown any footage of that game at all? Like anything? Screenshots? Anything?
Last year they showed like it was like a concept video. And that's the only thing. A couple of like art shots here and there, but nothing. No. I'm so sad.
Yeah, like I said, I'm never funding a game. I'm sorry. I just don't want to, throw down, let's say, $50 thinking, oh, I'm going to get a free game. Or, you know what I mean?
Mighty
They're going to
number
give me a
9.
code. And then all of a sudden, they cancel the project and you get nothing. Or, the game comes out and it's half-assed, so to say.
I got burned on. Actually, it's the first game I ever kickstarted. I just got my code for it a couple months ago. It was Armacrog.
Never heard of it.
Who?
Armacrog. It's by the guy who created Earthworm Jim.
Oh, I loved Earthworm Jim, man.
Yes.
So did I. That's why I at the time when the Kickstarter was going on,
Steve
I still had
Perry?
my Wii U. Let me check.
Steve Perry, Earthworm Jim? I mean, I know who did the soundtrack. That's Tommy Tallarico. But who did the game? Was that Steve Perry game? I'm not going to go get it. I got Earthworm Jim Special Edition and Earthworm Jim 2 on the Saturn.
Does anyone remember how hard the N64 Earthworm Jim was? That mission with like the floating, like you're battling some boss on like a bumper cart thing. My God, that game was hard.
Yeah. No, Doug Tenapole.
That sounds right.
Shiny
But,
Entertainment. It's not Steve Perry. Shiny Entertainment. I remember them.
But anyways, they did Armacrog. So I had a Wii U at the time of the Kickstarter, and it hit its funding limit to do a Wii U version. So there was nothing about an Xbox or PS4 version. $25 game. I'm like, all right, sure, why not? This could be fun. So fast forward to 2016.
Oh, you forgot to do the time warp.
Do the montage thing. Everyone needs a montage.
Super happy ending.
Even Rocky had a montage.
Exactly, you get it. Thank God. But I finally get my code for the Wii U version. However, 2 weeks prior to me actually getting the code, the game actually released on the system for $10. For $10, not $25, $10.
Oh man.
That's
And
a kick right in the
not only that,
stack.
I don't have a Wii U anymore, so this code's worthless to me.
Send it to me. I got a Wii U.
I posted the code on Twitter. If you go and dig it up, I'm sure it's still
I'm
there
not gonna
somewhere.
go dig nothing up on Twitter. It's probably
But
By the way,
anyways,
Maddie,
it's gone.
Maddie says that's the only Battleborn poster on the planet.
Yep.
Whatever.
The
So
only one that
anyways,
hasn't been burned yet.
I know I saved it.
He saved
I'm
it
gonna
from
put
that
my-
fire.
Put my Titanfall 2 poster underneath it when I finally go and buy a frame. Maybe I'll do it this week. But
That's a
anyways,
sweet poster, man.
thank you. Love it. Can't wait to put my Titanfall.
It's all
up.
Mike's fault.
Like,
Blame
I
me.
picked up Armor Krog on the PS4 for because
I was
when it
just reading
launched, it was
chat.
on sale for $8. So I bought it on the PS4 and got a Wii U code like a month later, and I'm like, thanks. I'm never kickstarting a game again.
See, that's
Yeah, I
that's
won't.
another reason why I would never kickstart anything.
Yeah.
Kick them right in the butt. That's what I'd do.
Horrible experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't kickstart for exactly.
That's all I hear is horrible things about it. That's the way it
You're
goes.
not guaranteed anything.
Yeah,
It's like
that-
early, I mean, honestly, it's like early access. Except at least with early access, you get to play the game.
Yeah, like I got We Happy Few and Ark. You know, I can play it right now, you know?
Right. And there is an update, by the way, which I showed you, HDK.
Yep.
So, all right. So, we kind of got a little off track, and I
That's okay.
want
It
to make
happens.
sure we get to. I know that JD, you're on a time frame. You're on a time frame, something.
Yeah, got work real early tomorrow, unfortunately. Monday through
Yeah.
Friday.
So, is there anything else that you would like to bring up to talk about?
I mean, no, I think overall, man, it's just good to talk games with some people, and it's my my little phrase is it's my therapy, and it's nice to hear other people still love it and look at it, even though we're all busy with life and everything. So I'm pretty happy with things overall.
I like that saying. It's my therapy. Yeah, that does help. Yeah, it does help a lot when you're stressed out. You play a game, you feel better.
It is, man. It's not going to go into like any long stories, but it's definitely helped me through some stressful stuff.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
That's great, man. I mean, that really is. I mean, it's one of the. Everybody's got to have something. You got to have a stress release of some kind, and sometimes even through the bad times, you got to have something that you can hold on to. And
sure.
Video games can be it, especially when you meet good people, and like I always talk about this great crew I've got here that we all met through NLG, and these guys have made gaming fun again, and have given me a reason to, when I'm not falling asleep on the couch, to get down here after all the
He
kids are in
does that.
bed, and
That's when old age kicks in. He just
Yeah.
passes out on the couch.
but
We're
whenever
just
I
waiting for Mike, we're playing games. Like, when's Mike showing up? And he doesn't. I mean, next day, I fell asleep on the couch. Oh, okay.
because those three kids wear me the hell out. But but when I'm not falling asleep on the couch, I run down here to try to get on. The first thing I do is go looking for HTK and Madzu and Drake and usually these days it's like a crew of just great gamers, Super Cooper, Witty.
We have just fun every night.
Frankie's
Tons of
gotten in with
laughs.
us a little bit. JD, you
Certified.
are welcome, of course, to jump in and game with us anytime you want. I mean, we've just got this great group. Fastback comes in once in a while. Who else has been in lately? Digital Wildfire's been in with us lately.
Certified.
Certified, our new crew member who's going to be doing some more streaming for us on the Twitch stream and stuff. Rick Carey, Certified 532, man. He's been like every night, and so I can understand it, man. I kind of can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm always down to game with you guys or anyone else. I'll give you guys my tag. I'll type it up in the chat. It's like same tag on my Xbox and my PlayStation. So,
All right. I'll get you added on both.
but I just posted it up there. But anyone's welcome to add me up. But yeah, man, it's just good, man. Especially with everything that's going on in the world in general. Like, gaming should just be like a generally positive thing, I think, and that's kind of why I started my show. Just like seriously, like playing like a nostalgic game from whatever era you remember fondly, or the music from it. That's like one of the most like relaxing things you can do, man.
Let's see something cool before you go.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
this. You talk about music. Back in the day, especially, you know,
Here we go.
towards the, not so much. I mean, yeah, somewhat in the Dreamcast era, but more in the Sega CD and Saturn and PS1, PS2, and those days. Let's see. I actually, and I keep it on my phone so I can play it in the car. I've got this ton.
Spoilers.
Mission to Earth. What a great game.
This is going, right?
No.
Oh,
no.
That's your.
No, I said I'm not going to bore him with that with the email. No, I wanted to.
That's awesome.
All right, I'll show it to him. But no, these are.
It's just my leg.
Well, you know, and look, this is fun for me. These are all my soundtracks that I ripped off the CDs, and I just keep them. We talk about Earthworm Jim. I mean, these are, and I've got a playlist. In fact, my Groove Music playlist that I use for background gaming and Forza Horizon has all of this stuff in it. So, I mean, I listen. My ringtone used to be one of the Bug 2 game tracks. And now, actually, it's the Wildlife from Forza Horizon 3. But, yeah, I mean, some of this stuff was just unbelievable music back then. Tommy Tallarico and Spencer Nilsson and those guys that created these soundtracks. Some of this stuff is great. I even have some of the Parappa the Rappa stuff. Just because, I mean, it was just so good. All right, so all right.
Apparently, you got certified's numbers wrong.
Did I? 537. Is it 537 or 532?
I don't remember.
I don't either. It's certified. He knows who he is.
We should figure out a night, do a big short pause NLG and play and listen stream. Halo
Absolutely.
5. Halo 5.
Oh, dude. I don't know if you guys can roll with me on Halo 5, man. I don't know.
I'm horrible.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'll play with anyone.
We like to play Infection and you hunt down Mike. Great time.
I've been really digging the firefight lately for some reason. I just been hooked on that.
All right. Since he showed it, put that up again.
Yeah.
All right. Fun story. And a couple people in the chat room may not know this. So here's the game, Toe Jam and Earl 3 for the Xbox, right?
Yep. Missionary.
So back when NLG was a website, did a review for it. Gave it, I think, a high 80s.
Back in the early 1900s.
Yep.
Back before the internet existed, we had a website.
Hey man, that site still lives on that archive. If you go to the heck is it?
Go dust it off.
Internet Wayback Machine, wayback.org or something like that, or archive.org, and you can actually look these pages up. It's great. So I did a review, and
when Mike actually did review,
sent it off to Sega. Guy from Sega said, "Hey, this is great. Is there anything I can do for you?" Now I'm a musician. I play keyboards, and I've been playing keyboard for a long time. I sent him an email back and said, I'd love the original theme. Was something I always just like even hummed to myself, and I've always wanted to learn to play the original theme. The whole thing. So I said,
cool theme. I like that.
Yeah. So I said, hey, I'd love to know how to play it. Next thing you know, I get this email. Now this was in when was this? This was 2002. From the guy who wrote the song, Burke T, who still has a production studio open today.
Printing press review.
Got that and started this out, but here and gave me his format and the chording for the original theme song.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool, man.
And Greg, who is working on the new Toe Jam and Earl, he's one of the original developers. So he got CC'd in that. So he emailed me and said, "Hey, if you ever record it, let me know," which I never did. But, here it is, Open Door Productions. And he's still going today. But he wrote, here's one thing you might be able to do for me. You wouldn't happen to chord chart. And so I said, just a shot in the dark. And then the guy who wrote the theme song sent me an email.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so that's just one of the cool memories that I have. And I never, hopefully, it might show up on WikiLeaks one day. But hopefully I have it printed out and kind of framed in my music room.
Nice.
That is definitely pretty cool, man. For sure.
Yeah, so thanks, Frankie, for prompting me to show it to him.
I think anytime, you kind of give him the door open for that sort of thing, he brings it up like, yeah, look at this. Brings up some old thing,
Reminiscing about the old days, man.
Pulls out his printing press and...
Yeah.
The old quill.
Sometimes, for me, it's therapy too.
Yeah, man. That's it.
Sometimes to help keep me feeling young, I like to just remind myself of what it was like in those great days of gaming. I mean, those are some great days. We have a lot of drama and a lot of bullshit that goes on.
Yeah.
Whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on social media.
Mute button works nice.
It's unbelievable
Yeah,
how
it does.
drama-filled people make things.
And it's horrible. And so, you know what? If I can, for me to go back to these days and to be able to look at some of this stuff and remind myself of how gaming used to be.
That it used to be fun.
How it used to be fun, how it used to be all about the gameplay, how it used to be about the music,
Sure.
and there wasn't
And the memories that you get while playing a game,
Yeah. I had a lot of
5 people on a couch passing controllers and Smash in the 90s. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Can't compare
staying up
that.
all night, playing your Game Boy or something like that.
Smash, yeah.
Playing GoldenEye,
Getting mad at everybody because he used Oddjob and everyone agreed not to use Oddjob.
or camping where the sniper rifle was.
Okay, I used to throw proximity mines on the
and it's funny. I say that, and everybody who ever played GoldenEye knows exactly where I'm talking about.
I used to throw proximity mines on the ammo crates, and somebody run up to grab ammo because they're out of it. And all of a sudden, they just blow up.
That was
or
me.
you load up a whole room full of them. All of a sudden, they go in to get the gun, and boom!
No,
You just laugh at them. Those were memories. Those were fun. That's why I love gaming.
The best is watching somebody karate chop you, and they can see their hand on their screen, but then if you look on the other screen, it's just a person walking, not doing anything, but you hear the sound effects. It's great.
Yeah. and you know what? You didn't care about that sort of thing either. You didn't, run to Twitter and go, hey, I didn't see my arm go whack, 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 whack.
Right. Or it only rendered at, 700 pixels. It
ran at 15
Yeah.
frames a second.
Yeah, those games ran at 15 frames per second, and you liked it.
Yeah, you liked it.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was a frame rate drop, you didn't bitch about it. You still had fun. Okay, it chugged for a second. Oh, it's back to smoothness. Yeah.
Right. Those are also the days where games came complete.
Complete,
What you got
yeah.
is what you got.
If it came with bugs built in, guess what? That's what you got.
Exactly.
Sometimes that made those games better.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is funny because Nintendo games back then, which we were talking about before, like you knew you were getting like a complete quality product, and that's one thing they've kind of retained in a lot of ways. Like you're going to get a quality game from them when they release it. So just thought I'd say that too.
Quality over quantity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, from Nintendo anyway, not JLN.
LJN? JLN?
LJN. LJN. Not those guys.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Quality is good.
Many
Everyone likes quality.
No. And it's like Fastback says, my brother and I would stay up playing seasons of Tecmo Bowl overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about Madden and how stale Madden has gotten, but man, Tecmo Bowl was just special.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
RBI baseball was just special.
Blades of Steel on the NES. I used to play that for hours.
What was that mini
dribble.
game, Blades of Steel, man? What was that mini game? What was that called, man? Where you get like the spaceship on the intermission in Blades of Steel. I always forget that.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember the name of that.
Yeah,
but you know what? I used to just love getting in the fights in that game. It was like so funny, you know?
Yeah, where you won the fight, you didn't get a penalty.
Yeah, exactly. And you just watch the guy like all crippled on the ground getting pulled to the penalty box, and you're like, yes!
Yeah, that was a classic.
That was fun. And the puck never left the ice. The hardest shot just slid along the ice.
Yep. That's funny.
Oh, those were fun games. I mean,
NBA Jam.
That was a fun.
I mean,
that was fun. I love that one too.
I played that game. That's a sports game. I played that.
It's a sports ball game.
Yeah, I played that one.
Not much for basketball, but NBA Jam was good. I like that.
They were more fun. Those sports games were more fun back then, anyway.
Yeah, more fun than realistic and serious.
Midway was the pinnacle of those two. I mean, I will be dead honest. I could not think of a development house. The two development houses I think I enjoyed the most and respected the most were Midway and Acclaim. And Midway and Acclaim kind of worked together on some things. One of the best baseball games that I had ever played to this day.
Yeah.
Is still Acclaim's All-Star Baseball.
Oh,
I never played that one.
Fest.
I thought you were going to say Super Mega Baseball. I had fun with that one.
Yeah.
It wasn't serious, but it was fun,
I mean, if I was going to go that route, I would go like, Super Baseball 2020 or Baseball Stars 2 for the Neo Geo. But I'm talking Sim Baseball. All-Star Baseball was a fantastic game. It was one of those games, too, that had like behind the player camera angles and stuff. It was really... It was a great game, great series. It was one of Acclaim's big hits during their heyday. But they're working with Midway to bring Midway games out like NBA Jam and stuff like that. Because that was at the time that was published through Acclaim when it was Genesis and stuff. That was, I mean, those Midway. I mean, come on, it was Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, and then Midway. During the their later years had a baseball style game like NBA Jam called MLB. Well, they had Blitz too. Remember NFL Blitz?
Slugfest.
Yeah, NFL Blitz.
And MLB Slugfest. I mean, I miss Midway. I really, really miss Midway. I don't remember what happened to them, except they just one day disappeared.
They went bankrupt.
I don't understand how.
Frankie took all their money and ran.
I did. I buried all of their copies of Mortal Kombat with ET.
Oh, okay.
It was after playing Armageddon. You can understand my frustration.
So, man, we took a trip down memory lane.
You know what? Memory lane is good. That's what gaming should be about, though. All the fun and the memories. Not the Twitter wars.
You're my age.
Not the Twitter wars.
Yeah, I never had a. My first Nintendo was a Wii, so I'm looking forward to the NES Classic Edition.
Oh man!
Oh yeah,
that's coming out soon.
That comes out.
Should be available November 11th.
Yeah, same day as the Pro, right?
I hope this thing does good so I can get the SNES Classic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go ahead and get the. I'm probably going to get the NES Classic. Probably like Christmas. Probably like a Christmas present or something.
Having that stuff in HDMI.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Yeah, hook it up to my TV down here. Like, yeah,
I
50-inch TV,
2.5-foot cord,
1080p. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to sit right up against the TV. Yeah,
just like the old days.
I can count the pixels. Yeah. I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah,
there's one missing.
There's a missing pixel right there.
The only thing about it.
Oh, that pixel's been doubled.
The only thing about the Classic
pixel
is the amount of games it comes with. That's it. I've heard that.
Yeah, 30. That's it.
I can agree with that. There's no way to add to that, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you can't add any more games, and then like what Frankie said about the short cord for the controller. That's probably the only downfalls I've actually.
Well,
read
there
about
there are some wireless controllers coming, and we actually once you guys get those the classics, we are going to have a shot at reviewing some of that stuff. So there are some wireless accessories coming. I think it's a company called My Arcade. They're bringing out some, and I linked it. I sent out a link on our official Twitter about it, and Nyko is bringing some stuff out too, and I think one of theirs is a wireless.
Ugh, Nyko.
Yeah. Hey, I still have one of their airflow controllers. Remember those things?
I had one for
With the fans in them. They're supposed to keep your hands cool.
I had a PlayStation 2 one like that.
Those were horrible. I have an
the
Xbox.
original Battlefront on 56K with my buddy with one of those stupid fan controllers.
Nice.
Can't hear the game. My controller's too loud.
Yeah, we're just like lagging the whole time. Oh my god, we're playing online.
Where's my? Hold on.
Oh geez, he's going to the stash. There he goes. Dust it off, Mike. Dust it off.
The Saturn Netlink.
Oh man.
Imagine playing Duke Nukem
On a
3D
4K
with this bad
modem.
boy.
I had that on my PC. I didn't even know they did Duke Nukem on the Saturn.
Yep. Duke Nukem.
World of Warcraft, or not World of Warcraft.
World of
2
Warcraft.
Warcraft 2.
Wow, on the Sega Saturn.
I'd love to play that.
Well, Warcraft 2 is on the Saturn.
Well, don't people still play Phantasy Star Online on the Dreamcast? They did some kind of custom server.
I am working on trying to find those servers too. I got a guy in Europe who is sending me some info on that. If I could find somebody to play Phantasy Star Online with, I'm down.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something like there's some custom server that goes on once a year or something, or for these events where people actually play it.
I am absolutely down for that.
Frankie, just for you. Right there.
See?
Oh, the Warcraft 2 for PC.
Those and I liked Warcraft. It was like Warcraft 2 and some of 3. But it's the only Warcraft I ever played was one.
I am the only owner of this disc. The day it came out, and I still have it.
And that's what
it still works.
Well, that's what
I got Warcraft 3. There it is.
Nice.
And the expansion. Such a nice indeed. I'm sorry,
I'd
I love
rather
Warcraft.
play that Warcraft than the World of Warcraft, to be honest.
I got Diablo 2 somewhere around here, I think.
Oh,
closet.
Diablo 2. Good stuff.
I'm sorry, but I've played World of Warcraft.
Nah, man, that's cool. I'm just saying, I missed those.
I had fun. I had fun back in the vanilla days of Warcraft.
Yeah, I missed those real-time strategy games. No more Command and Conquer, man. It's depressing, and I can't play the old ones on my Mac.
Man, Red Storm,
Yeah, I like the Command and Conquer games too.
But
they were fun.
Jason, you were playing. There's a game that's like that.
Yeah, Ashes of Singularity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, but it's definitely not Command and Conquer, and definitely not like Warcraft. You know, it's got a more futuristic feel. But yeah, if you guys want, check out the videos or somewhere on the channel.
I will check that out. That's pretty cool, man.
It is a pretty good, well done game. You know, my computer could use a little bit of a boost up to play it, but it's a great game nonetheless. You know, on low settings.
Well, it's also why I miss Fable Legends, because that was the closest thing to Phantasy Star Online that we were going to get.
Yeah, it's a shame that they couldn't figure a way to keep that alive.
Yeah.
Somehow make it free to play or something, or give it to
Well,
another
it was free to
studio.
play. That's the problem. It was going to be free to play, but
That's what I mean. They didn't actually get to release that, right? Like it never actually made it out.
Never released. It was in beta, and then they were going to go to open beta, and then just decided to.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. Anyway, so all right. Well, you had. I think you are. See, it's 11:15. I know you had to go.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna hit the road now, but I had a good time talking to you guys, man, and it was
absolutely.
Cool,
yeah, I tell you what, the chat room likes you too, so that bodes well.
Awesome, man.
Except for that super Cooper guy, he doesn't like you. He never said
He
why
doesn't
though.
like He doesn't like anybody.
I don't like
He doesn't
myself
like
sometimes, man. It's all right.
All right, so one more time, for those who didn't hear at the beginning, give us the rundown on the Play and Listen podcast.
Yeah, so you can. It's easy to find. Just type Play and Listen into the iTunes podcast thing or on SoundCloud. And yeah, man, it's cool. It's just a laid back podcast. It's usually just me because it's impossible to find a good co-host. But I do sometimes have some people on, and actually got something cool lined up coming up soon. Music extravaganza, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I got a Twitter too. I just kind of use just to keep in touch with people, I guess. It's Play, capital N, Listen, like the letter N instead of and. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, man.
And I'll put that into the description.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Below. So people that are hearing this later on will be able to hit that up. And if you, I'll get the exact URL to the SoundCloud and put that in there too.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's great. And if you guys ever want to hit me up and come on and chat some games, you're more than welcome to, and talk some gaming music too. Because
yeah, we'd love to.
Dude, yeah, you need to get Mike on there. Do you guys just need to do like an all Dreamcast music episode?
I would do that, and there's that would be cool, man. Because you were like, what were you in your 20s when that came out?
99 would be let's see,
the old college years. Piling up drummers, playing that.
Yeah,
we don't
I would
do
be
math.
close to 30 actually. Let's see, hold on. 73, 83, 93, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 25.
So yeah, you're like the same age I am now. I'm 27, and I was like, I don't know, whatever that was, 12, 11, whatever, 99, 10.
We don't like math here on this channel.
Dude,
Because
if you got me to do math in my head, it'd be embarrassing, as you could tell. But that'd be cool just to hear people's different memories of that music from different age group. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for that. And then we'll get you back on here. Actually, anytime you want to come on, you're a great guest, and the people, like I said, the chat rooms, they're a tough crowd, and they like you. So
thanks. I mean, I'm grateful that I've been in that chat room before, so it's nice to be on the other side. So
yeah, so you're welcome back, and I would love to get you back to help do a Dreamcast retrospective.
I'd be depressed if I couldn't be part of that at this point now.
Right. We'll set it up. We'll set it up for. I think we should set it up for January when there's we get done all the game of the year nonsense, and then we can when there's a lull, because January, February is, except for Horizons coming out in February. Other than that, I think we're gonna get
titles
Halo
at
Wars,
the beginning of the
dude.
year. Halo
Oh
Wars.
yeah, that's right, Halo Wars.
Actually, everything's coming in February. Everything.
Everything.
For Honor, Sniper Elite, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
For Honor. I forgot about For Honor.
There's always room for some Dreamcast talk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll find time.
We'll find time. So,
Yeah,
all right.
cool.
Well, JD, thank you so much for coming on, man. We really appreciate it, and you've been
thank you, JD.
fantastic guest.
Thanks, man. I had a good time, and I'll catch you guys all later.
All right, man.
Have a good
night.
Enjoy,
Have a good
enjoy
one, guys.
work.
See you, JD.
Yeah, see you later.
All right,
So yeah.
man. Great guy.
I love that
That's
guy.
nice.
I
Yeah,
love his show. It's a great show, especially if you're into gaming music. He doesn't do any of the console war stuff. He's just chill, likes to talk about his opinions on stuff. So
Yeah,
Even some
I've
listened- in the
listened-
chat room
I've
like the
listened.
retro
It's good.
talk.
Yeah, the retro talk. I could talk retro all day. There's just so much. Gaming was just so much better back then. It really was.
It was. I agree. It's
Now-
not as stressful as it is today. That's for sure.
But let me also say that today's gaming is what got us all together. So
it's true.
There's
It-
good.
yeah.
bad, and
Fairness.
everything.
yeah,
Yeah, take the good with the bad.
yeah. The very good is I met you guys, and that's
Such a nice.
that is very such a
Bad
nice.
as we met Frankie.
Yeah.
Yes, like I said, the bad.
Your first
Sounds good.
console really was a Wii, Peter?
It was a Wii.
Well,
Seriously?
no, my first Nintendo console.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What was your first console?
I would say Commodore 64.
I had one
I
of
thought
those.
you put that right. I thought that would be a great discussion for a retro, because you were Commodore and I was Atari. That'd be a great conversation.
I had a ColecoVision.
I have a ColecoVision.
I've
I
owned
had
it on television at some point.
I still have mine. I had a and those are not horrible retro console remakes that they have. There's a ColecoVision and a Intellivision. They're not horrible. I wish they had HDMI, but they're not bad. If they could remake the Intellivision with an HDMI port, I'd be all down for that. I'd be down. Speaking of which, speaking of new consoles and things like that. So, last thing we'll talk about before we get into like a couple of little games. I don't want to take too long on this, but I want Frankie. I said on Twitter the other day that
you said
maybe
on Twitter.
Maybe I don't want a PSVR for the sake of the channel. Maybe I want a PSPro instead. Frankie said, "Why?" So, talk me out of it, Frankie.
Explain yourself, Frankie.
All right, I'm just gonna start with my first main bullet point.
He's got this written down.
Yes, bullet point.
I've thought all this through very thoroughly. So the thing
5
is,
minutes on the John.
exactly, this is what you think about, So
That's what I do when I'm on the John.
So I mean, like you mentioned, like you want to get it because the content fidelity, all that junk. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you already do for the channel that you use, like Xbox versions that are lower res and stuff. So you already don't do higher res stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to change if you buy a Pro. Why would it? Why should
it? The difference is between see, remember what I said earlier. Base stuff between the two consoles code-wise is the same. And you know how I feel about res and about the quality of the two consoles as they relate to each other. I don't see this giant difference. If I played Battlefield 1 on the PS4 as opposed to the Xbox One, I doubt very seriously that I would see this giant difference that makes me go, "Oh, I'm just going to sell my Xbox." I play on the Xbox, number one, because the three of you. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, when I first booted up Battlefield 1, just like Titanfall, I stared at it for a minute. I was like, wow, this looks unbelievable. Because I'm not invested in that, in the oh my God, this is only XP versus YP, and therefore this sucks and this doesn't. You know me, I don't do that. Mm-hmm. With the Pro, there's a little bit of a different thing. The Pro is much more than just a res update, because I'm not updating my television either. There is fidelity differences. If you have a 1080p television, you don't get the 4K version of the game. You might get the 1080p version with better graphic fidelity. In the case of Tomb Raider, you're not getting 60 frames per second, but you're getting up there a little bit more. If I was to take a pick between the two, the more I've been reading about PSVR, the more I'm starting to wonder if for me that would be a waste of money over the PS Pro. And have you gone back and played your PSVR yet?
No, I'm going to probably tomorrow.
I'm going to. Yeah.
I haven't had time. I've
been saying this for weeks.
Yeah, but
you got it like the second it came out, and you haven't touched it.
But yeah, I have.
But your wife has, right?
No, she hasn't either.
No,
neither of us have had.
So it's got like dust, lots of dust.
Probably.
Go dust
I've had friends over. I've had friends over who've played the thing longer than I have. It's irritating. So, I picked up Robinson: The Journey is out now, so I have that.
I saw that.
And wants to play that as well. So I'm hoping that since we're both off this week, because I want to play Batman, I have all this stuff. I installed it all. I just want to sit down and play it, but
you don't have.
I literally have barely had time. The time I have had, I've been playing Titanfall 2. no regrets. So
Well,
but the thing is too, like looking at like the Pro and like the PSVR, like as far as the Pro goes, you know, I don't really see you buying the multi-platform games for the PS4. You know what I mean? Like if like Titanfall 2, for example, if you had the option to buy Titanfall 2 for the PS4, so you could have, you know, the better quality, you know, PS4 Pro perks, if you want to call them that,
Greener grass.
versus, you know, being on Xbox and playing with us, you're gonna want to play with us. You know what I mean? Like there's just a lot of things around the Pro that you yourself don't typically migrate to. And I feel kind of wanting to do that kind of panders more to the people who want to push like that resolution's this big deal. That's what I feel like that system is. Like the people who want to care that, you know, 1080p or, you know, slightly above 1080p, all that crap. Like you're still at the end of the day watching a YouTube stream. I'm watching your YouTube stream on my 1080p TV streaming. Like the quality difference is not going to justify it for you to go and buy one. As far as, and we don't even know like how it's handling streaming. Do we know how any of that's actually working with that thing?
Yes, actually we do. Apparently the streaming chip is much better. Hang on. There was a in the official PlayStation blog, I believe that it streams at 1080p 60 natively out of the box, like without an Elgato. Now, obviously,
I think I remember seeing something about that.
Obviously, I would still use it because of the bit rate. But hang on, I'm looking that up right now because I do remember that was part of the FAQ.
Yeah,
okay. I didn't read that. I know they updated it, but I haven't.
Yeah, because what was it? What's that share play thing? Whatever they got.
Right, the share play was
did they increase the quality of that too, up to like 1080p?
Here, in fact, here it is. So
for a second, I thought we were gonna watch a video. Like, here's a video.
Yeah.
Let me turn on the HDR.
Remote play. Well, HDR means nothing to me. I don't have a HDR capable TV.
I was making fun of that stupid stream.
So remote play is now 1080p, where remote play now is 720. That doesn't make as much of a difference to me. I don't mind the resolution of remote play. I do use it. Yeah. I actually use it for both the Xbox and PS4 upstairs to my TV upstairs. But that's not, the share button will share full 1080p video and screenshots at 4K. And at launch, you'll be able to broadcast YouTube at 1080p 60.
Nice.
So out of the box, the broadcasting is better.
But you also have the Elgato that does that.
Right, and that's true. Now, I don't know
Elgato. I
don't know how much. Obviously the Elgato is a better option to do it.
Yep.
For a number of reasons. But the other, part of it to me is if I buy the PSVR and it's nothing but, small experiences, then how much am I going to get out of it? Really?
I still maintain you're going to get far more out of that than you will the Pro. Those are games that you can't play just on your base PS4. You can't go and buy Robinson the Journey and play that game on just the PS4 without the VR. You know what I mean?
Like, how much did you pay for Robinson?
Robinson was $40.
You're going to have to tell me if it's a $40 experience or not.
I will when I get around to it.
Yeah, if he gets around to it.
That's on the docket this week. Now that I have time for stuff.
Yeah, like playing Halo 5 with us was on the docket for what? Yeah. How long?
I can't help my work schedule, man. Do what I can.
Well, now that you're on vacation, now you don't have a choice. You don't have an excuse. I'm sorry. You have a choice. You don't have an excuse.
That's what I'm saying. We get JD. We just do like a big mega stream of Halo 5 sometime this week.
I'm down.
That's what I want to do.
Not this week. This week I will not be available. I'm going to be in Orlando from Wednesday to Saturday.
Getting some sunshine.
Yep. However,
make sure you wear sunscreen.
Band gigs are done.
Yeah,
until
wear
New Year's-
sunscreen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
band gigs are done until New Year's Eve. So Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, all good.
Dinner's
So-
ready.
I will. I mean, I'll take it. I guess where I'm thinking of is I can't really stream a PSVR game. So
Sure you can. I mean, it's not quite the same, but it's
Right.
still coverage that you can't do otherwise. You know what I mean?
yeah, but what if we have other channel? There are other channels out there that will probably stream some pro stuff. I wouldn't mind having it so we could, compete for that viewership.
I just don't feel like it makes that much of a difference.
No.
No, I mean, you're talking more blades
Yeah.
of grass on the screen, oh boy.
You know what?
Well,
Maybe if you
but-
had, the regular PlayStation and the Pro side by side on the same exact TV, same cables all hooked up, and you can compare the difference between the two, like at 1080p, see if it's worth the upgrade or whatever.
I still think a lot of that's going to be lost on just like YouTube stream quality, though. You know what I mean? Just like the compression and everything.
Well, but
I'd like to see the
Elgato.
difference between the two.
the Elgato though, and HTK will tell you the streaming bit rate much higher than what you would get out of streaming it directly from the console.
Yeah.
You
And I- and
already
I'll-
have that.
Right. So wouldn't that also get the benefits out of what gets enhanced out of the Pro?
I don't know. I just don't think those benefits are that big of a deal. This is what I was looking at it. It's either you have a slightly larger catalog of games with the PlayStation VR. You have things you can only play on that thing versus the PlayStation 4 Pro that everybody is already playing. Battlefield 1. If I'm watching a Battlefield 1 stream, for example, I'm not going to notice like, oh, dude, the surgeon's on the Pro, so there's a couple more blades of grass over here.
And there's a little more dust on that screen.
Yeah, like I'm not going to notice any of that. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching because I want to see how this person's playing, maybe pick up some tips on how to get better at the game. Stuff like that. That's what I personally like watch YouTube streams for. It's not like, all right, well this one looks better. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to notice that because half the time I'm watching it on my phone anyways. Which I assume a lot of people do as well. I'm not the only one who watches YouTube crap on my phone, I'm sure.
I watch it on my computer. But yeah,
Well,
I do watch
yeah.
a lot on my phone though, like especially like other podcasts. And that I usually watch them on my phone.
And let me be clear. I mean, I have said, and I maintain that I am happy with these consoles as is. I have because I have no 4K TV. The Xbox One S does nothing for me. Absolutely nothing.
You
So-
still haven't broke that TV yet? I thought we were
No,
gonna
still
get it
haven't.
broken, and then you were gonna get an insurance claim and get a new 4K one.
And the fact that bit
Your
streaming
people
is
didn't show
coming.
up.
Bit streaming is audio is coming to the first generation Xbox One too. I don't need an Xbox One S for the extra audio. Without a 4K TV, that means nothing to me. The Pro and the Scorpio still don't do much for me as far as extra fidelity goes on the whole. I'm merely looking at it from the prospect of what we could do here at NLG.
I don't know. I still think the money is better spent on a PlayStation VR. I think you want the variety that thing would offer you. Versus, and like I said, I don't feel like you buy a lot of the multi-platforms on the PlayStation already. So I don't feel like it's that much of a loss to you not, getting a Pro.
I don't know. Here's my thoughts anyway. I wouldn't get a PSVR because, well, one, it would be no good to me because my eyesight to begin with. Two, PlayStation Pro, there's really no difference between the regular PS4 and the Pro, just stick with the regular PS4. And thirdly, you can spend all that money on games that you can showcase here on the channel.
Also
Get
true.
games,
Yeah, true. You
lots
could
of
not buy
games.
either and buy a ton of games.
Exactly.
That's a great
People
point.
like games.
People love games.
I love
I like
games too.
No.
I mean, the other thing too, like you mentioned, you don't even have the 4K TV. Like that's where I'm at too. Like I got the Xbox One S because I love the Gears stuff that they do with these systems. I think it's the best custom system that they've done. And I need the 2 terabytes is a huge plus. You know how fast that stuff fills up otherwise. So
yes, which my 3 terabyte hard drive is at 75% right now.
You know the struggle.
I do know the struggle.
The struggle is real.
But like I don't have a 4K TV, so I'm looking at ultimately, gaining a little slightly better visual fidelity at still 1080p. Like it's hard for me to justify going and spending another $400 on a system that is going to play the same exact stuff that I already have, and I'm probably not going to notice the difference because I don't have the TV to really take advantage of it.
He's got a point. He has a point. But if you are upgrading to a 4K TV within the near future, then you could probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. If you're totally thinking about upgrading anyways.
Why not have the console before you upgrade, right?
Yeah, it's just, you're going to use it eventually, I suppose, but...
I don't know. I just say buy games. Lots of games.
Yeah, that's what I keep going back to, too. Like, for me, too, it was... I could get a PlayStation 4 Pro, or I could pick up Last Guardian, Final Fantasy, pay off my January and February pre-orders, and just play a bunch of games that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, but I would say the same thing about PSVR. I could take that money and buy games.
Yeah,
which means
exactly.
But then I'm not, I'm not helping advance the technology because I'm not spending the money on it.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure they're not going to cry over your $400 or whatever.
They ought to, because I mean, I am a consumer. You
know how you're saying that you wanted the Last Guardian? Take the money and buy the Last Guardian.
Yeah.
Forget about the PSVR. Forget about the PS Pro. Get the Last Guardian, and that way you can...
2 copies of Titanfall.
2 copies.
I don't need 2 copies
and then
of Titanfall.
That way you can put up, some gameplay on the channel, and we got everything covered.
Yeah, you can play Titanfall on PS4 with me and Brent.
Nobody wants to play Titanfall on PS4.
You and Brent can play Titanfall on the Xbox One with us.
Well, with you.
Yeah, the only one that has
play it on Xbox. Play it on Xbox.
I'm the only one dumb enough to buy these games on multiple systems. You realize this, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No one else at Short Pause is as dumb as I am. Brent sometimes
they're not as rich as you are.
That's not accurate at all. Brent's the only other one who is dumb enough to possibly buy another copy of a game to play out on the other system.
I gotta win games. That's how I have to get them.
Yeah, that's the only way I could do that. It's the only way I could do that.
I wish I had that option. I never win anything.
I win stuff, just not that often.
I've won 2. I've won 2.
Actually, no, that's not true.
I've won 2, 3. I've probably won 3 games in my time.
Damn.
2 of them from Doc, by the way. Doc Cupcake.
I've not won anything from Doc.
I have won 2 times from Doc. And I won a copy of Slender from not Slender, Switch Swapper.
Swapper?
That's a good game. Yeah.
Yeah. I want a copy of Swapper.
Nice.
So,
game.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the answer. Maybe I just
I would personally always vote for more games. Even if
yeah. I support first party games. I support them, and again, I said before, The Last Guardian seems like my kind of game. So perhaps that is what I will do. And perhaps PSVR and PSPro and
yeah, I think look, you get more games to cover for the channel. I think that's what you want. The people want more games, man.
Well, unlike Nintendo, I like to listen to the people.
Listen to the people.
Listen to the people.
Or you can get an NES Classic and have 30 sweet Nintendo games to stream.
Yeah.
Until Nintendo copyrights the shit out of you.
Yeah. You can get that and stream those games, and then you can get The Last Guardian. And it's still cheaper than a PSVR or a PS Pro.
Soon. I do have to do another Dreamcast stream soon.
Yeah, make sure you have the games beside you and ready to go, so when you go to swap, you can do it instantly.
I might have to, because I don't think Xbox backward compatibility is coming, the OG, even though, it's It's
You
funny.
never know; they might pull it out of their hat and go, "Bam! There it is."
I will say that I'll say that while I know Phil Spencer said it's something they could look at, I was told under no uncertain terms from the the gentleman that kind of runs that department that is a quote waste of time.
Well, just think you're probably going to, make a game backwards compatible for maybe 50 people that want to play it.
And that's the problem.
I'm just not going to say.
Exactly.
Well, there could be more, of course, or less, but that's just a general idea. There's going to be a small population of people that are going to utilize a backwards compatible Xbox One, OG Xbox One game.
The biggest issue that they have with that right now, though, is the fact that you have 360 backwards compatible, but there's still like an active marketplace for Microsoft to sell those games through. That doesn't exist for the original Xbox games,
right?
As far as I know.
No, there isn't. Those are disc only, and that has its own separate set of issues, which is I've talked about that before as well. How do you get? I don't remember how they got the limited number of Xbox games to run on the 360, but how do you get those games that didn't have ID tags and didn't have digital? How do you get those to run? On an Xbox One in an emulated system? I don't know. It's the same reason that I don't think you can emulate the PS3 on the PS4 or the PS2 rather, other than remastering the games. I don't think you could just get them backward compatible the same way that you could do. Well, first off, the PS3 had PS2 hardware in it, which is part of why the original one could do emulate backward compatibility.
And why it was so expensive at launch.
Well, yes. I just, my thought is I'm just gonna have to go on eBay and find a cheap Xbox, and it actually doesn't even have. The funny thing is, I have every accessory that goes with it. I've got the power cord. I got a VGA cable, which then I can run to my HDMI converter. So then I could run it through the TV, or I could even run it through the Xbox One if I wanted to really stream with it. I've got all the power supplies and accessories. That had a built-in power supply. I just need a working console. I don't even need anything else, but just the working box.
Yeah, you can pick them up like $30. I've seen them lately around here for like $30.
I'm not. Well, not at. If I go to my local Regen store, it was like $100. I wasn't paying them for. Yeah, I wasn't paying them for that. I might have to just do some digging around and just get myself an OG Xbox again, because I really miss a lot of those games. I really do. Now, I mean, a couple of them are backward compatible on the 360, but it's not the same. We've gone retro again.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't anything wrong with that.
Such nice indeed.
So, all right, compelling argument there, Frankie. Honestly, now you have
Matsu is personally my favorite. Just buy more games.
Yeah, buy more games.
The voice of reason, Matsu.
I bow down to the argument. Now you have me. But now you have me not wanting either.
That's fine. I think you should get more games.
I'm sure the developers would be happy that you're buying their games instead of, buying a headset or another PS4 that you don't really need because you don't have a 4K TV.
Yeah.
Unless you're buying a 4K TV that I don't know about. And your wife doesn't know about.
I honestly
did you run it by your wife that you're getting a 4K TV, Mike?
Yep, and she said no, you're not. And I said,
okay.
Right. So we compromised, and I still have my TV.
You compromised and you lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would imagine in the next 2 years I'll have a new TV. I can't imagine this thing running for that much longer. Eventually, it is a DLP. Eventually, the mirrors are going to go. I mean, eventually, something it's going to go.
Last time we talked about 4K TVs, I guess my wife ended up looking them up online, and she said to me when we were in Walmart one day, "We're not buying a 4K TV." All right.
Right.
Argument over. All right, that's done.
Yep. Come along
the
now,
story.
Jason.
You tried.
Yes.
I didn't even try. She just heard us talking about it, and she's like, no, no, no,
Yep.
no, no.
And in fact, you are banned from the electronics area of Walmart.
I still walk through with my head held high, thinking maybe one day I'll get something. One day.
You look like you're intently watching something, HDK.
I was.
What are you watching?
I drifted off.
Sunday Night Football?
No, I was watching some Battlefield.
Oh,
All
okay.
right,
Are you watching it or are you playing it?
Well, there's a lot of cutscenes, so.
There's a lot of cutscenes. Okay, so we have it all settled down to Mike is buying more games. Okay.
All right.
What's next on the list? What's next on the list?
All right. That's all the news that I have, I think.
Okay, the Division. It is such a nice after the
Yes.
patch. It's such a nice indeed. 1.4.
That's
we
always
had a
been
blast.
nice, but it's
It's even more
better
fun
I
now.
guess.
I mean, come
Yeah.
on, you can change your difficulty and make it easier or harder. We had a blast. We ran some Dark Zone, some of the daily missions or whatever. It was good. We had fun, HTK?
Yes, except the Dark Zone is still a pain in the
Except
ass.
for we got our butt handed to us at the Dark Zone, but we still had fun. Thank you,
still had
Certified, for
fun.
getting us killed, making us go
Yeah.
rogue. Bad Certified.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
Well,
Well,
all blame
times.
Certified.
I think
It's
I
true.
played-
I'm not joking about that. Certified got us killed.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, what's next?
Let's see.
Sorry, it's almost midnight, and I'm sure people want to go play some games.
Yeah, I do too. I think we're good. So, the only other thing that Crazy Juan wanted to bring up, and he couldn't be with us tonight, was Phil Spencer did say that there was a huge, not a huge, but there was a some good backward. This was going to be a great video or a great month for backward compatibility.
Yeah, a lot of top requests. Gotta add that in.
Yes,
And
a lot of
I
top-
seen somebody post that Black Ops 2 should be coming backwards compatible. I'm hoping it does. I love Black Ops 2. So, I don't know. Anybody else a Black Ops 2 fan?
No, not
I don't
really.
know what Black
You
Ops.
know.
I don't know.
Frank.
I might have just.
Oh, no, not Frankie. Oh, come on, man.
I don't
It was
like Call
fun.
of Duty. Call of Duty is horrible.
You suck. Black Ops 2 is my favorite.
It'd be like Drake and get Infinite Warfare again.
No. No.
You have to buy the bad new one
No.
to get it.
I don't want to buy the new one.
Nobody
I'll
wanted to
buy-
buy the new one.
I'll buy the remaster when it's all by itself.
Good luck. Activision
luck.
doesn't care.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Or I'll get it used off somebody and I'll pay like no more than like $20. But that's not going to happen anytime soon.
I need to know your supplier.
Yeah, CD keys.
CD keys.
I don't know.
Frankie, get it to me cheap. Come on, man.
I mean, I got my copy cheap.
How cheap is cheap?
The cheapest it could possibly be.
A digital or
Free.
physical?
Digital.
Digital is such nice. I love digital. I love
I can
digital
take it or leave
games.
it. I like my discs.
Yeah, if it's not digital, then.
Well, I think we've all explained why we prefer either or are. Yeah, I think it was like last week or so, or not last week. The week
It was
before.
2 weeks ago we talked
2
about
weeks
It
ago.
was
Yeah.
Mads. He was talking in the mirror. He's like, "This conversation's happening."
I do that sometimes. I think about a conversation in my head, and I think I actually had it in real life. All the time. This conversation is not actually
the
happening.
voices in your head that are the problem.
This podcast does not exist. It's all a figment of my imagination.
You're in the podcast matrix.
Yes.
So Madzu is Mike Mullis, right? My
Mike
my
Mullis, Xbox One fanboy.
Yeah.
Madzu's true identity.
Speaking of, it was me all along.
It was me.
What a
Speaking of
twist.
which, where did Digital Wildfire go?
I don't know. He's probably playing games by now.
Yeah,
Look, it's almost midnight.
it is.
Games,
Yeah.
man, games. Let's
I think
get
we should.
some
I think we have done enough damage to our chat room. I think it's time to wrap it up. So,
God, I'm so excited about this week because it's my favorite week of the year.
which is
So short pause plug time. So this week, I believe, the new consoles came out back in November. So we have a top 10 list on our site that we update every year. Typically, it's just an article update, but this year we're actually going to record a video to go along with it to kind of have people understand the reasoning for why these games are there. That's happening this week sometime. I don't know when, but that'll be a thing. Really excited about it.
Okay.
And a couple of us from Short Parts are going to hop onto the Play and Listen podcast. So this will be for next week's show. Yeah, next week's show sometime. We'll be on there with JD talking about some of our favorite video game music tracks, which we're excited about that. His show is awesome. Please go and check him out. He's a Play and Listen podcast on SoundCloud.
Now, who's that?
That's JD. He was on here with us earlier.
There was another guy on here earlier?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Someone, were you unplugged for the past, how long have we been here?
I just showed up like 5 minutes ago.
Oh, you're the new guy, huh?
I'm the new guy.
the new guy. Awesome.
But yeah, we're going to be doing a show with him. That should be a great time. And
Okay.
like I said, please check him out. If you love video game music, his show is really cool. It's a good time. Very chill. Some of the stuff he plays is really good. Stuff I've never heard of before. Very catchy.
Okay.
So check him out.
All right.
All right. Very cool. Madzu, do you have anything else for us this evening, sir?
No, nothing on my docket here. Just I'm kind of ready to get off and get some gaming in. Who knows what it's going to be tonight? It could be Titanfall 2. It could be Battlefield 1. It could be Forza. We don't know.
Or a Horde.
Or Horde. Yeah, I forgot about Gears. Why did I forget about
Yeah, it
Gears?
takes so long though.
Yeah. Horde does take a while.
Horde takes so long though.
Yeah, so probably not that then.
All right.
No Horde today.
The quiet one. Do we have anything else?
No, let's play some games. Maybe I'll wrap up some Battlefield or Titanfall.
It's a very good idea. Maddie says Madzu malt liquor. That's funny. Hey, we've already got our second thumbs down.
Nice.
We are 2 away from our normal.
You're welcome.
No,
Ami.
both of them. What did you log out from one and log in as the other? And
He's got like 10 different accounts.
I got 10 different accounts. They're all NLG Sucks, Mike Mullis, Xbox One fanboy, because Xbox One fanboy is already taken. Weird, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
weird.
Huh.
I think it was an inside job.
Probably us.
It's probably who's that other guy? Drake. It's probably him.
Yeah.
It was Drake. Must be.
I would blame
And all
Drake.
those kids that were behind him too. Chasing
I know they
They're
never
cheering him
will.
on.
I know they never will, but I would love to see one of these guys.
Aspect
who,
says he sees 3 thumbs down.
Yeah. No. Oh, 3. Come on. We got to
Yeah.
get there. I
Go.
want to see these
Get him.
people.
Get him. Dislike him.
I would
Then
love
tell him in the chat.
one day.
Tell
I
us
would
his
love to
face.
see someone actually put in the comments.
Why they did it?
Yeah.
Because they got nothing better to do. That's why.
I just love the ones that come in before we even get started. Those are the ones. That's where
because they come in and go, damn, the screen is blank. Thumbs down.
There's no
You guys-
podcast.
First show ever.
There's
Yeah,
no
false
No
podcast.
sound, no
advertising.
video.
There's no podcast.
So
I was
pixelated
told
is
there
one
would be
big
punch and
pixel.
pie.
One great big black pixel. That's all it is.
You didn't start exactly at 9, dislike.
it's 8:50, and you didn't start.
There
at
we
9,
go.
dislike.
4. We're at 4.
4.
That
All
was-
right,
We're
did we
at
make it?
4. We're at
Did
4.
you see it?
Yeah, that's
If
it.
CK clicked it, I just saw it. He just did it. It was him. It was him.
Keep on clicking it. Click.
See?
Touch screen.
There he is. Look at him disliking it.
See?
You can only do it once.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Oh,
I just did it like
Oh.
8 times.
I just did
I'm.
like
Did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we really heard 4.
Fast
That's
Beck
awesome.
says too much neutral gaming talk.
Yeah,
Thumbs down.
Right.
Yeah. You come here talk about your games. Don't be talking about
Yeah,
games.
how dare you talk about games?
I feel like
need
it's
to slam
because
company.
we're not retro enough. That's the problem.
That's what it is. We're not, or we're too retro. You know, these kids.
That could be.
some
Oh,
of these
that's
kids
true.
don't understand.
Yeah, they're like,
And
what
so
the
they
hell's an
thumbs
Earthworm
down.
Jim?
I came here for Titanfall. They're talking about the Dreamcast. I hate them.
The hell's a Dreamcast?
Right, what
And
the hell's a Dreamcast?
television? What?
Huh?
You guys are making shit up.
Pong?
Hey, we were
What's
talking
Pong?
Pong
Come
in
on.
the
Right.
Pong in the chat.
Pong. Can you smoke out of that?
But I'm.
There's
Yes,
beer. Beer's
Frankie, I know.
involved.
Yes. All right. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you to, of course, my wonderful crew. Also, Crazy Juan will join us again next week when he gets his internet figured out in his new place.
Boo.
But we congratulate him on his new place. And
Yay, crazy.
great
Pragmatic.
thing is that he is also, when he gets his internet set up, he's also going to be starting his videos back up. He's got some Everspace stuff coming from the early access, and he wants to.
Mr. Caffeine thing?
Huh?
Madzu?
What?
Mr. Caffeine.
No, I was kind of, getting us to the end of the podcast. Just, the time.
Right. He's
Sorry,
doing-
I don't know why that came into my head tonight. It's just like there. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Going
I
all
like that
Wayne's
movie,
World on
Wayne's
us.
World. Yeah, Wayne's World was awesome.
You look like Garth, you know.
Nice.
Party on, Garth.
Party on, Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Excellent. That was very good.
Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
Very good.
All right, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah. To my crew, thank you very much. One day, HTK will get more involved in our conversations.
He doesn't
One
want
day.
to be.
It's okay.
He's just here
Well,
to
once he has the NES Classic, he can talk about the that era.
Excellent. So,
NES.
Fastback wants to know why we're not talking about MPD's resolution in console war games.
Because
you've got
that was the pre-show. You missed it.
Yes, you missed it. You missed it before you got here.
Yeah, so just drop us that
That's-
link.
that's
Put the
what we
comments.
talk about all before we go live. So we
Right.
get that all out, and then we go live, and then we talk about games. The things that matter.
Right. So, all right.
Having fun while playing games.
To my
Good memories
wonderful-
of playing games.
to the wonderful, wonderful chat room.
Interrupting Mike while playing games.
Yes. Wonderful, wonderful chat room. Thank you guys again. Conversation in there is always great, always fun. Great to have some new people in there. As always, click that like button or the dislike button. Hey,
Or the
man, I'll
dislike
take
button.
whatever
Why
at
you
this
have to
point.
be mad? It's only a game.
That's right. Thanks for the view, as Drake would say.
Yeah.
Thanks for the view.
Thanks
the
for
four views.
Thanks for the ride, lady. So, you're
Now
the only one that
everybody
got
get
that.
off my lawn.
You're the only one that got that, Frankie. Did you get it? Did you get the
No.
reference?
Maybe.
Creep Show?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So thank you to the chat room. Thank you to you guys. Like and subscribe, as it says in the upper right-hand corner of my screen. Make sure you're following the official NLG Twitter, which is on this side, OG_NL Gaming, which is also our Twitch page, which we will be firing back up this week to do some fresh streams. We have our brand new
Yeah, we've been
streamer,
sick, so-
Certified, who's come aboard to do some great stuff for us. And of course, you will always see great streams from HTK and Madzu. Drake will be hopefully back streaming for us as soon as life slows down for him. Crazy Juan, as soon as his internet gets squared away, he's going to start streaming. So make sure you are following that great page, the great Twitch channel. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much. Tell a friend. All right, we will see you guys back here next Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On behalf of my wonderful and trusted crew here, we are the original Next Level Gaming. This was the original Next Level Gaming podcast. Have a great week. We'll see you back here next weekend. And as always, lay on, gamers.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, peace out.